What's going on, YouTube? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Checking out the chat. How is everybody doing this evening? Shout out to my girl, Nick, that's in the building. Shout out to Vernon, Dean, Ray. Shout out to Daniel. Everybody that's dropping in. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. I want to touch on a subject today because a lot of people lose money in the box shop business, but I'm going to talk about a different way that a lot of people lost money during the pandemic that was box truck related, but a lot of people don't. It's not highlighted as much as people that take their own money and just blow through it. There was a lot of people that get money and they invest in other people, hoping that they were gonna open up a box shop business and be successful. So they take $30,000-$40,000 and they give it to people and only end up in the same, mess like a lot of the people that just invest in their money. Just invest in the wrong people. There were people that were investing in their cousin. They were trying to start the box shop business with their cousin. They were starting a box shop business with their brother. Just family member, wife, girlfriend. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to James. Marcus got his TWIC card, so now he can fly around like he's a DEA agent. Marcus got his TWIC card, so now he can drive around Denver and act like he's a part of the United States military force. Marcus, security clearance, you good, you're good, you're good. You know what I mean? Shout out to yes, yes. Marcus is Mr. Thomas. He's clear. He's clear. He's clear. Just let him right in. Don't even check him. Just let him right in. Congratulations, Marcus. Hit the like button, everybody. I gotta mess with Marcus, man. Marcus got his TWIC card. Guys, they gotta get the TWIC card because it's a huge benefit. Like I said, it not only give you access to airport to pick up certain freight, to go certain areas that regular people can't go, but it also give you the access to travel when going through the airport, when booking a flight, and you're traveling across the country or outside of the country. You can go through that TSA. You can pass that TSA clearance through the airport. You don't have to go through that massive, crazy 2-3 hour line, stripping down. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. But anyway, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Today's topic, man, I'm going to be talking about people that lost money also in investing in the business through other people. And I'm going to tell you one of the main common mistake that people make, and the number one complaint that people have, and a lot of the stuff that people weren't doing. The common mistake that people make. People were coming in this box shop business, and they would take $30,000-$40,000. People were getting unemployment. They were giving it to their friends and families and associate that they think they could have, invest in a business with, and business never get off the ground, never start, never actually moving forward from the moment that money get exchanged from one person to the next person. Everything just seems to go south. So I'm going to be talking about some of the uh, main issue that people been running into and doing. I remember I spoke to a couple about, I would say, about three months now. Mentor a guy. He had a business partner and come in, and they only last for 2 weeks because they did not know that the boxer business overhead cost was going to be so expensive. And one of the thing that I find when I observe, because I do a lot, I deal with a lot of people that say that they're business partners, but one of the common thing that I find with people who are going into these business partner with people, the person who seems to have the person who has the money, it always, I'm not saying all the time, but for some reason the person who has less money always take advantage of the person with more money, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So if dude was running in a rental truck, right, and he used to sleep in the truck, now if he's working with a guy that can invest in the business, now all of a sudden he want to stay at a hotel 5 days a week. You know what I mean? And so it's that sort of thing that I'm going to be talking about, because if you're coming in business to be a business partner, and profit is going to be one of the main thing that you're going to have to cut. And if I find that a lot of people that are coming in business with business partner, if someone have 100,000 to invest, the person with little or no money always take advantage of the person with 100,000. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I don't do business partners with people. This is why if I put somebody, I try to keep it simple. I put you in a truck, I sign a contract with you. You pay for your gas, you pay for your toll, you pay for whatever, you pay for your overhead expense. Because when my money get involved, I find that sometime, because you're the one funding that business, people tend to don't have any no conscience. You get what I'm saying? And so for me to not get into a war or a battle with someone over how they're spending money and how they're doing what they're doing, I just don't do it. But I've seen over the months that I've been on YouTube, a couple people who have dealt with um people have taken advantage of people because of that sort of scenario. And I'm just saying, man, like, you guys got to be very careful when you're going into business with people. You get what I'm saying? And the number one error that people have done. Now, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. And you know how I am, man. I keep it real. um I don't hold anything back. The number one common mistake we make as a Black community is we do not sign contract. We do not sign contract. There is something about the Black community where we have this type of error, putting paperwork together to hold people accountable. And it's like, you know, I said it numerous times. Your own boy is not running a business. Is not a joke. Like, your own boy is your own boy, but when it comes on to your $40,000, it's not a joke. You get what I'm saying? It's not a joke. Shout out to Tony dropping in. We can cool and everything. We can chop it up. We can go eat some jerk chicken. We can listen to some reggae music. We can, hang out and do all that stuff. But when I give you 40 grand, it's not a joke. Like, this thing that people do and say that they're doing business is not a joke. And shout out to my man Interstate Crew. People are taking their hard-earning money and giving their buddy, giving their friend, and think that because you go to elementary school together, we're cool like that. Like, yeah, my wife and his wife is friend, and we know each other for 15 years. How many guys right now can testify that the moment you give someone $500, the relationship with you and him goes south? Much less 40 grand. Sometime having a friend has nothing to do with running a business when he want to be a part of it. And so people would come and they would start doing these mistakes, like giving people 40 grand, 50 grand, and thinking that because you go to school with this guy, we drive the same car together, we used to work at the same facility, our kids go to the same school, or wife know each other, they shop at the same store. Like, you guys use these type of, you get what I'm saying? Like, these type of excuses to justify not sitting down together and forming a contract. So when you turn $40,000 over, you can give account for that 40 grand, and the person who receive it can also give account for that. People just tend to just do whatever they think that is best for them. And people lose thousands of dollars doing business like that. Last week I was in the live, I think it was last week, and I talk about people putting me on payment plan. I don't do payment plan. Other people might do it. I don't do it. I'm a businessman. You get what I'm saying? You come to me, I'm going to sign a contract. It's $2,500 for lease on. It's $2,800 for mentorship. It's $600 for $550 for partial training. It's $120 for consultation. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you come to me, you pay me, and we're good. That's it. I'm not here to be hanging out with you for the next 50 years for some $2,800. Like, that's not what I do. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not, listen, I understand everybody is not the same financially, but let me tell you guys something. I've turned down thousands of lease-on and mentorship. I have turned down a lot of those because of that type of agreement, because I'm not going to be chasing people down for money. I'm not going to do it. You know, well, man, you see, you the one that teaching me this boxer business. You see that I'm not making no money, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get into that. You pay me, because I don't guarantee anything. When I put you on a payment plan and you can't pay, you know what you're going to tell me? Kirky Fresh, you the one that helping me. You see I'm not making no money. You get what I'm saying? So I don't get into that. I get into, you pay me, I sign a contract, I give you my service, you do your part, I do my part, you make money, I make money, whatever the case is. I'm not here to be hanging out with you. Yeah, but you gonna be the one that no, man. Listen, hey man, check this out. You pay me and I give you the service. That's it. And if I'm taking $2,500, let's say someone come to me and they go, look, man, I'm low on cash, and you understand the situation, Cookie Fresh, man. I'm just trying to come on here. Okay, cool. Let's say I decided to do, let's say Ray come to me and say, look, man, I got 1,500. I know the mentorship. It's 20. I mean, the lease on is 20, 25. I'm gonna give you 1,500. Okay. Let's say I decide to take the 1,500 and then Ray owe me 1,000, right? I have a contract that I would put in place that will hold Ray accountable for that $1,000, right? But what I find is people are turning over $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and don't have a contract in place. It just amazes me. The point that I'm trying to make is, if Ray owe me less and I'm putting paperwork together to show that he owe me, why do we have so many people who are having people owing them or taking control of 40, 50, which is crazy money to be giving someone over without having the paperwork in place? You get what I'm saying? And so the point that I'm trying to say, if I can hold Ray accountable, if I can have Ray sign that he owe me $1,000, why are people not having people sign that I give you 10, 15, 20, 30, 40,000? Why are we not? Is the prosecutor? Let me see if the prosecutor is in the building, man. Shout out to the prosecutor and the judge. If the judge is in the chat, man, let me know. If the judge is in the chat, let me see if the judge is in the chat. But if the judge is if the judge is watching, am I wrong, judge? If someone come before you with a verbal statement saying that someone gave them $50,000, you get what I'm saying? Isn't it crazy to see people just come in front of you and just talking that they gave somebody $40,000, $50,000 with no paperwork? You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to understand, why are people doing that sort of thing? That sort of thing. People are turning over these crazy money. You get what I'm saying? And so we have people out here, you buy a house and you have a contract. You pay every single thing that you have a contract. You finance a car, there's a contract. Even you yourself finance it. You got people are financing the box truck, financing the all the paperwork to do with the business. And all of these stuff are paperwork. Yet when you get ready to turn those stuff over to someone, there's no contract in place. That's the number one thing that the black community, I don't know if it's the ignorance of it. I don't know if people don't see the need for it. I don't know if it's a time people don't have to put it together, which is can't be the time. You get what I'm saying? And we got to stop saying, well, I don't know, man, because everything is in your face. You get what I'm saying? You drive a car, go to meet your own boy to pick up $40,000. Then you finance that car. And when you was at the dealer, they have you signing a contract. So you can't say you never know. You get what I'm saying? People are just, oblivious to this type of thing and just not doing not doing that sort of thing to protect themselves. You get what I'm saying? Kirk, people come to me and, yeah, man, me and my own boy, man, I started this box truck business, bro. I get the LLC, and we planned that he was gonna get the truck, and I put my 7,000 down for the trucks, and I gave him all the money and all that stuff, and we get everything up and running. But man, he lost for 3 weeks, man, and I can't find him. Can't find him. Where he at? I don't know, man. I call him, I text him, I email him. Dude just disappeared. Did you get your $7,000 back? Man, listen, man. I don't see $1 from that business. Did you sign a contract? Well, man, Cookie Fresh, man, man, I never expect dude to do me like that, man, bro. Man, I know the dude, man. Dude is... Judge Judy say if it's not within a four corner, shout out to the judge, man. Judge Judy say if it's not within a four corner of documents, then don't exist. It doesn't exist. The judge said that. Shout out to the judge. A lot of you guys don't know I got a judge watching and I got a prosecutor watching. Watch, I'm going to ask the prosecutor a question too. You get what I'm saying? I got a DEA. Shout out to my girl over there in Michigan. Yes, shout out to the federal government. Yeah, the feds watch me too. Shout out to the feds worker. I'm not going to call her name. You know what I mean? Shout out to her. Shout out to the prosecutor. But the judge said if it's not within a four corner, guys, you got to understand, you can't do that. Because you go before a court and then you said, well, I'm suing this person for $40,000. One of the things that you'll find in a restraining order court, most of the time when you go to get a restraining order on someone, whether it's a man or a woman or a couple, one of the things that a judge will use against the party that if my wife want to take out a restraining order, one of the main things that a judge will use to grant that restraining order is documentation. Even if it's one piece of evidence that you are putting that person's life at risk, that's it. Listen, if you text your girl that I'm going to come over and I'm going to do this to you, you can't go before the judge and be like, yeah, well, I was mad. I was just joking. Like, that is enough for them to grant a restraining order on you. This is why I keep telling you guys, history is best qualified when it is documented. You get what I'm saying? So you guys have to start documenting your stuff. You get what I'm saying? You have to start documenting this stuff. People come to me and they're like, yeah, I start this business with my own boy, and I gave him 20 grand and he put 30 grand and we run the business for 3 months. Well, how much money do y'all make? Yeah, we make about 40,000. Cool. How much you pay him? Well, we never really put a payment plan together. How much we were just looking at that, starting up the business and trying to get out there. And how much you paying gas? I don't know, man. We were paying like $4,000 a month. Okay. How much you pay for the truck? See, the difference with running a business that you have your profit and loss sheet together versus you just coming out here, it's two different things. See, watch this. You guys in the chat, you can answer this. You ask any one of you guys right now in the chat how much you pay for your. I'm telling you, if I ask anybody in the chat right now how much you pay for your truck every month, I guarantee you, everybody in the chat will give me a number. They will say I pay $2 grand, $1,800, $1,500, whatever it is, right? How much you pay for your insurance? Yeah, I pay $700, $900. I can ask who the insurance is with, all that stuff, right? But let me ask people, how much money you're supposed to pay yourself? How much? You see, because there's a company that have a contract with you on the truck, and that number is fixed. That number is there. Just like the insurance. So if the insurance company is having a contract and the finance company is giving it a contract, then why everything else you guys don't know? You don't know how much it costs to run the business. You don't know how much to pay yourself. You don't know nothing outside of that finance and your insurance. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous because you guys have to start run the business like a business. These guys is like, who's making money in Amazon? You get what I'm saying? But the point that I'm trying to make is when you guys come out here and some of you guys don't even know how much to pay yourself. You guys don't know how much to pay yourself. How much you gonna pay yourself? Well, I don't know, man. I was waiting to see how much I make for this month. You have to have a cost per mile. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I said it numerous times. You have to have a cost per mile. You're going into business with someone, you don't have a cost per mile. That person don't have a cost per mile. You guys don't know what a cost per mile is. You get what I'm saying? You guys don't know what you guys have. You get what I'm saying? So if you're paying yourself, if your cost per mile, let me give you an example. If my cost per mile is $1.50, I'm expected to make about $5,000 a week, right? Let's say I'm making $5,000 a week. That's $20,000 in 1 month. If I'm paying myself $700 or $750 a week, I'm going to take that out of my paycheck every 4 weeks. Then if my gas is going to cost me at $1,200 a week to operate that truck based on my cost per mile with my mileage, then I'm going to include that times 4. You get what I'm saying? And I am going to now turn around and take out my additional expense. So if my $20,000 leave me a profit of $8,000 after paying myself, pay for the truck, gas, then my profit is going to be $6,000, $8,000. You guys don't have those things put together. You just come out here with a 26-foot box truck and just run it. And you guys do that. The same concept is the same concept when going into business with people. You go have a business partner, you come, and now you don't have a contract. So if someone say, I'm gonna give you 40 grand, there's no contract in place. There's nothing to protect either party. You get what I'm saying? And so what we have is people become enemies. I had a buddy of mine, two Jamaican. They were buddies for years. One got 4 truck, one have no truck. The one that has the truck, because of his buddy, he put him in one of his truck. How much you pay him? Well, I pay him based on how much a truck make. Okay, cool. Give him 20%. All right. Then I asked him, how do you pay him? I Zelle him, I Cash App him, I Venmo. Okay, cool. That's how you want to run a business, that's fine. But here where the problem comes in, where these guys go at it big time. Till one Jamaican guy was telling another Jamaican guy that he gonna delete him. Here where the problems start. The guy with the Ford truck put the guy in the truck, and he was running the truck, and he run the truck under a low bridge. It cost him $7,000 to fix the roof of the truck. When the guy that runs the truck under the bridge hear the price, he said, nah, I ain't paying that. I ain't paying none of that. Now you have two guys going at it. Words start to exchange. And now the beef start. And I blame my buddy because you put a guy in a truck. You don't have him on a driver contract. You don't have him on anything at all. So you cannot get mad when he messed up your truck because you never do what you're supposed to do to protect yourself. You know what happened? He had to end up spending that $7,000 by himself. Now listen to this. I had a driver in one of my truck. Dude was going down to Miami. I don't know what happened, but the driving shaft of the truck, I don't know what happened. He damaged it. It cost me $700 to tow the truck off the interstate. You get what I'm saying? $700. Listen to this. I pay for the truck to go to a dealer. I pay $500 to get the truck repaired. And I take that money out of the money that I have secure within the bind of the contract at the time when me and him was doing business together. But it doesn't stop there. Because whenever you're driving the truck and the drive shaft come apart, now you guys might say, well, you know, you just said that you don't know what he did. Well, when they inspect the truck, the drive shaft, he hit something. He hit something because the drive shaft it was damaged. And the dealer said that drive shaft hit something. So he probably hit something and then went on the highway and then it came apart. But he told me that, oh, I was just driving and it just come out. Well, when they inspected, they said, no, it couldn't come apart like that. Well, check this out. When the drive shaft came out the truck and I paid to get it repaired, I get reimbursed for all of that stuff. But about 3 weeks later, he was driving from New Jersey down to North Carolina. The truck go into derated mode. The same truck that I just paid to get repaired from the drive shaft go into derated mode. Turns out, when we took it to a dealer, if you're driving a truck and the drive shaft came out, 90% of the time is going to damage your transmission. It costs $7,000 to repair the transmission in the truck, to replace it, not repair. This was before COVID. $7,000 to replace a Eno transmission. Who do you think paid for that? I had to pay for that and also get reimbursed. You get my point? Because I protect myself. I protect myself because I have a contract. When he run that truck, I protect myself where those expenses it doesn't cost me. You get what I'm saying? And here are some people out here who are running business every day and they don't have those type of protection put in place. Some of you we're talking about your girlfriend. Some of you have girlfriends. Yeah, I'm going to go there because I know some of you don't like when I talk about your girl. So we're going to talk about your girl and we're going to talk about your wife. Some of you have girlfriend that you're in relationship with. You don't have a contract. She buy the truck. She give you the truck. Y'all break up. And now you lose the truck because it's my girl, right? Yeah, it's my girl, right? So, man, see, y'all don't think beyond certain things. And so now your relationship goes south. And now she leave you, and she leave with you not having the truck. Even if she gave you that truck with the first, let's say she put 50,000 down and you put another 100,000 down, the mere fact that that truck is under her name, see, some of you guys don't even, you put these trucks in, y'all put these trucks in there, you put the truck, the business in your girl name, right? You're not nowhere part of that business, yet you're dumping thousands of dollars in that business. And then when she leave you, she leave with the truck, and you lose so much money because you never have a contract. Because it's my girl, right? I didn't expect her to leave, right? And that's another part of business that some of you guys are not understanding. Nothing is guaranteed, including your girl. She can leave you. Not because you buy a truck together doesn't mean that you're buying together because of that truck. Same thing with some of you guys and your wife. You have these, well, it's my wife, right? I'm not going to sign a contract with my wife. Why? Even if it's your wife, well, that's my wife, Quirky. It's business. If it's not our business together and I'm footing and, well, that's not fair because that's my wife. Yeah, well, hey, man, do whatever you want to do. Let me tell you something. I've seen couple, included married couple. You ever talk to some people where they're married, but they're like, like the wife don't joke, or the husband, like, at the end of the day, she my wife, but I got a business to do. Like if you go to, let's say you go to, look at some of these big corporate, like billionaires, right? You would see, let's say you have even movie stars, right? Like take some of these girls or anybody, right? You notice like a lot of these wealthy people, you ever notice if these guys, if I'm one of those wealthy guys, right? You ever notice if they own a business, their wife also own a business and their name is not even on it? Like say Bill Gates got his own business, but Bill Gates' wife got her own millions. Has nothing to do with him. He cannot, he's not even, his name is nowhere on documentation for her business. You see this lady down in, I forgot what country she's from. She parked her yacht, and she parked her yacht down in Miami because she didn't want to pay the island that she's from. She didn't want to pay the taxes. So she parked her yacht in Miami. Multi-millionaire. She has a husband. This lady is rich. And her husband have his own millions, and she have her own millions. You go to these rappers, these girls, they got their own little makeup line. They got their own little clothing line. It has nothing to do with their boyfriend or their spouse. Only us in the black community. Well, that's my wife. I gotta like you get what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's my wife. Well, that's his wife too. Yeah, but that's a different type of love. They don't love each other. Really? You think business based off of love? You go to these movie stars. She got a clothing line. Tory Bird. All of these people got their own things separate from the person that they're dealing with. People are together with different charity organizations, but they are married. When you come in the black community and you're talking about 40, 50 grand, yeah, but I'm not going to do a contract with my wife. That's my wife. Go watch the documentary of Donald Trump's first wife. Go watch. You see the wife that gave him all those sons and his first kids, his first set of kids? Go watch the documentary with her. Go watch the documentary with that lady. The one that gave him all those, the 4 adult kids that he has. Go watch her. She was leaving from Manhattan to go to Atlantic City to run and to operate and run his business at the time. When she leave that man, she walk away with millions of dollars. She walk away with. This is why Donald Trump was promoting. He was one of those guys back in the days was promoting prenup, because his wife, his first wife, walk away with millions. Not only that, she helped him build a casino down in Atlantic City. She helped him build a lot of his business. But one of the things she do when she was doing it, she have a contract. She was on the payroll. Yeah, well, I can't put my wife on that, man. You know, I just can't. Okay, cool. Your wife leave you and see if she don't put you on child support. She ain't going to hesitate to put you on child support. And that's a contract with the state on her. Yeah, but that's different. I know it's different. Yeah, okay. You guys got, you get my point I'm trying to say? It doesn't matter who the person is. At the end of the day, if you're taking out $40,000, $50,000 to invest in something, y'all need to put a contract together. Y'all need to put contract in place to protect each party. My buddy go through a divorce, had 5 houses. Every single one of the house that he purchased, even if he was buying it with his own money, the mere fact that he used his wife's credit, make her an owner of the house too. She did not put $1 down. When they were divorcing, you know how that goes. You get what I'm saying? So she get a part of the house, she gets some of the house, and she still turn around and get child support. Still turn around and get child support. And a matter of fact, talking about child support, I'm going to talk about this in a different live, but some of you are on child support, have a backstrap business, and you don't even know how to operate with the child support system. I'm not on child support, but I know a lot of people who own their own trucking business and they have their own business and they're on child support and they protect themselves from child support. Protect themselves from child support. How can I protect myself from child support when I'm running a box truck business? Yeah, because my wife heard I make $5,000 a week. So now she want $800 a week, Kirky Fresh. How can I get rid of her? Well, I'm going to tell you what day. You get what I'm saying? I'm on child support, but I pay myself a W-2. Take it out of the check each week. No, I'm talking about a child support where you are on a 1099. Because what if the company makes $250,000 last year? That's what they're gonna go by. But how do you protect yourself from her not going off of you with that $200,000? You get what I'm saying? Because now you have a 1099. You have a 1099 that comes in for the business, but then if you're not paying yourself out of that 1099, then that woman can take you to court and get 100% increase that she asked for because you didn't pay yourself accordingly. Again, we're talking about business contract. Child support is a contract between the state and the company, and the state and the mom, that you are responsible for paying. You get what I'm saying? You, the dad, are responsible for paying that child support. That's a contract that was formed together. When you go to court, that judge put in place a contract, put together a contract, the state put together a contract, and you got to pay for it. Court cannot mess with business. That's not true. Let me tell you something. Let me say this to you. Show up tomorrow at any child support hearing and tell the judge, and the judge asks you, how do you have, where your income come from, and tell them you show up to court tomorrow. You have a child support order that's going to put against you, and you have to pay for that child support. The judge is going to ask you, are you working? You're going to tell that judge, yes, Your Honor, I'm working. This is why you can swear, you have to swear in court. Yes, Your Honor, I'm working. What kind of work you do? You got to turn over your finance to the court. You get what I'm saying? But you have to pay that child support, and that child support comes out of your business. I tell the judge you poor and I pay myself $50. That's not true. We're not playing Mickey Mouse here. I'm telling you, like, my buddy and I helped him start his LLC in a few years ago. He went through a divorce, and he owns a trucking company. And when they were going to court, he had to turn over all his finances. See, y'all talking about not paying child support. See, what y'all having in the chat right now, you're talking about not paying for child support. I'm not talking about not paying. You mixing this thing up. I'm talking about when you own a business and you are paying child support. I'm not talking about avoiding paying child support. Y'all talking about avoiding paying child support. How do you set yourself up with your business to pay child support in an accurate manner so the judge and the state and your baby mama or your ex-wife don't come off of you because you're grossing $150,000, $200,000 a year? That's what I'm talking about. Hit the like button, guys. So for all my man in the chat who's saying that tell the judge you're poor and you only make $50, I'm not talking about not paying for child support. That's not what you get what I'm saying? Please don't take it out of content. That's not what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? But the point that I'm trying to say is all of this stuff that we're talking about is all surrounded by contract. It's all based around a contract that's going to hold each person accountable. And the point that I'm trying to make is why are so many people are putting up $50,000, $60,000, 30 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand, yet we're not holding each other accountable. But you'll go to court and have a child support order. You go to court and have a restraining order. You go to court and you have a credit card company that will take you to court And you have to pay those people. All these contracts that are putting together so people can get paid, yet you're turning over 30, 40 grand. Let me say this, man. If some of y'all got money to give away, just hit up your boy Kirky Fresh, man. I'm taking donation because the stuff that some people do is just beyond me. You get what I'm saying? But I'm going to talk about this child support thing one of these days with this old boxer business. And how you can protect yourself while still pay your child support and survive. You get what I'm saying? Because too much of our people is just coming out here. I don't know. I don't know what my man Alex is talking about. A judge cannot consider a company finance. Listen, man. Listen. Movie star are considered a 1099. They're independent contractors. When one of those movie stars go to court for child support, what do you think they use? If I work in a restaurant industry, see, you're talking about a situation not to pay child support. I'm not talking about not paying. The company is a separate entity. That's not, the judge is going to ask you, where do you get your money? You hold up your right hand and you said, I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, Jesus Christ, God, just help me. And the judge is going to ask you, how do you bring a income in every week or every month or every year? And you have to tell them that you own a business. You get what I'm saying? So when you guys start this whole entire thing, I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about not paying for. Why when it come on to child support, y'all get so touchy? Yeah, man, look at the chat. Tell the judge will work $50. Why y'all get so touchy when it comes on to child support? You don't want to pay child support, don't get the wrong woman pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys, you met a woman. She have 2 of her baby daddy already on child support. You know that because she told you. She told you that her previous 2 baby daddy, she put them on child support. Why would I want to sleep with a woman like that and give her a next baby? Then y'all make up this whole entire story about the system is against you. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, man, I'm just saying all of this stuff is they're gonna hold you accountable for that, because again, we're talking about you and it's a contract. You know what I mean? Man, Alex, man, he must have had a bad relationship with his baby mama. Man, he's going in about not paying child support. You don't want to pay child support, don't get the lady pregnant. Hey Alex, I'm gonna drop the link for you. Because I'm gonna ask you, you pay all your child support. All right, let me drop the link so you can come and tell us why you so against child support. Let me invite my man up, because this guy don't want to pay no child support, man. I guarantee you. All right, here we go. I dropped the link, man. Mr. Major Child Support. Come and tell us why you don't want to pay no child support. You want to pay your drivers, you want to pay everybody, you want to pay your finance company. But you don't want to pay no child support. Anybody who's running a boxer business or you have your own business and you're paying child support, and it's coming out of your business, your bank account every week, and you're paying the child support. Shout out to my man Steve. Say Steve said 15 minutes at the table, 2 days of pain, no more child support. Man, this child support thing. Why did I use child support as a y'all going in with this child support? My wife would never take me to court for child support. You know why? Because she'll make more money with me not being on child support versus we go to court and child support. My wife don't even believe in child support. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the wife and all the girlfriend who don't believe in child support. Just work it out with me. We'll put a contract. Listen, you see, again, you have people that are spouse or in relationship that they'll have kids together and they're like, okay, let's put something in writing. I'm not gonna take it to child support, but I'm gonna put something in writing, and we can work according to that that contract that we put together. And they'll put something together that you're responsible for, taking care of the kids. You give them $250 a week religiously. You'll do this, you'll do that, the whole shebang, right? But there are people that don't, and then you have guys who will set up a contract with with their spouse, and then they don't keep it. You know what I mean? So then they have to take them to court. And now you have a judge putting a contract together. That's what a state does. It puts your contract together. You know what I mean? And hold you accountable. So it's the same thing I'm saying. If somebody's giving you $40,000, $50,000, $30,000. A lot of people are in the pandemic. You get $13,000, $15,000, $17,000, $21,000 in unemployment, right? And in the unemployment, you take $15,000, $18,000, you give someone to go start a box shop business. No contract, just word of mouth. Your wife and his wife, and y'all eat together, y'all jerk chicken together. But what y'all don't understand is when money comes along, it can change people. Money will change a lot of people. Steve said that he never paid child support. He worked it out with his baby mama before they went to judge, before they went before a judge. So, like I'm saying, that's a contract. That's a deal that they put together, and they honor that deal. Shout out to Devante. But when you go before a judge, and that judge is going to order you to pay child support, they're going to order you to pay based off the income that you present to them, and they're going to put that contract together. The state is going to put a contract together. You have to pay. Now, if you don't pay it, you lose your license. I've heard people lose their license. I heard people get locked up for 6 months. I heard people get locked up for 2 years. I heard crazy stuff about child support. This is why when you guys put a deal together with a spouse or whosoever, you got to first you got to make sure that whatever deal you're going to put, you guys can afford it. Make sure you can afford the deal that you're going to put together, because once you put it and sign it, then that's it. You get what I'm saying? Make sure that when you put that deal, you say, you know what, man, I'm going to pay this every month. Just like if you cut a deal with a finance company and you said, I want to pay $900 on a box truck. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's a deal that you can manage for the next 5 years. But too much of our people are putting these deals together and they're verbalizing them. People come to me sometime, right? In the past. Kirky Fresh. So, man. Want you to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, cool. We can do it. But before we do anything, I make sure that we have a contract in place. You get what I'm saying? Because, and this is why a lot of the time, a lot of folks that have their business that are successful is because these type of error, we don't make these type of error. I remember this Arabic guy out of New Jersey. He had a big contract. He had one of the biggest routes in the building where I used to work. He has more truck than me and all of that stuff, right? I had 3 trucks and he had about 11, 12 of them, right? Listen to this. I got my own authority, my own MC number, everything, right? But for some reason, he always wanted me to come and work for him. Always want me to come and work for him, right? And I always ask myself, if I'm working by myself for the same company you're working for, I sign a contract with them because I get to sit down and I can go to the manager just like he can go to the manager about his finance. If there was a route or a stop that didn't get paid, if we do a special, whatever. Why would I take that freedom and then put it in his hand? And then instead of me go directly to the company, I'm now going to him. So one day I get this. There was a load that was picking up out of Newark, New Jersey, and it was going upstate New York. It was going upstate New York, close to Canada. They pay me $2,500, right? Well, I couldn't cover the load one of these days, and they gave it to him. He went and offered 2 guys that I know $1,500. So he wanted to keep $1,000 for pretty much doing nothing. It goes up into Buffalo, New York. This was when gas was about $1.25, you know. This was way back when gas was, you know, when Pookie and Riri was at the gas pump every week selling gas like it's going out of it's crazy. Here it is, Buffalo, New York. From Newark, New Jersey to Buffalo, New York. It was an overnight run, $2,500. It used to cost me $120 to fill up my tank, a 90-gallon tank, and a 26-foot Eno, and the weight was about 6,000 pounds. I used to do a route that used to go to Boston every night. He used to pay me $650. And all those stuff, he wants me to turn it over to him. And I already have a contract with that company. I'm not going to give that up and then turn it. You get what I'm saying? And like I said earlier on, some of you guys, you come into, you know, you have 40 grand and these people start to take advantage of you. You know, I sleep in my truck. But let's just say somebody in the chat say, hey man, I'll give you 150 to invest in a semi business. All of a sudden now I want to sleep in a hotel every night. You know, I want to sleep in a hotel every night because guess what? You're funding the business. Can't do stuff like that. My man get real heated when it comes down to this child support thing just now. Real heated. But the point that I'm trying to say is whatever decision you guys make, you got to make sure that you protect yourself. Protect yourself from all these, you know, from all these animosity. I've heard of story where husband and wife take 40 grand, give the wife brother to start a boxer business. The brother take the money, he blows it. No, him and his sister doesn't talk. and the husband want to find him so they can take him out. I've heard a story where a brother take 40 grand, 30 grand, give his brother to go start a box truck business. Brother bought a truck. He did bought a truck, but the truck he bought was an old truck. He get $30,000 to buy a box truck and buy a $7,000 International that need a transmission. $7,000 for the truck, $9,000. You gave him $35,000. He bought a truck for $9 grand, and the truck still got problem. And you know what's the crazy part about it? He was driving around in a new car after he bought the truck that needed transmission. And so now the brother get a truck that is not working, can't get his money back, don't have any more money to invest in the box truck business. So now you have a truck sitting down because you decide to give someone 30 grand, 40 grand, and never put a contract in place. Sure, I can give you a better story than this. I know a woman who have a bum. This dude is he get bum of the century. She took 40 grand, give this bum. He went and buy a box truck, bought a Freightliner, and every single thing you can possibly think go wrong with a truck was wrong with that truck. They went and looked at the truck. It was a dry weather. They went and looked at the truck after they take possession of the truck. Truck need a starter, alternator. The truck need battery. They opened the back of the truck one day after it rained. The truck was flooded. The roof was torn all over. Water was seeping in. This is the money that he told her that he bought a truck with. The truck needed 4 wear tires. These are people that I'm telling you. These are people that are in relationship. Y'all talking about that's my girl, she ain't gonna do me like that. That's my man, he ain't gonna do me like that. You'd be surprised the people, let me tell y'all something. When it comes down to money, y'all be surprised some of the things that the closest of the people that will do to you. It will, see, it doesn't shock me because I already know. But for some of you folks who are naive and think that, yeah, it's my homeboy and it's my girl and this and that, get 40 grand tomorrow. See, listen. Some of you only accustomed to go to your regular job and come home and have an average lifestyle and an average paycheck. Some of you have average stuff and you with someone right now and they're cool with you. Step out of that average. Just watch the day you step out of that average and see what happened to you. Just step out of that average. Just find yourself come in contact with a little bit more than what you have and see what happened. You remember this story about the guy who filed they filed for the it was a story out of New York. Dude had a baby mama. They filed for the child tax credit or whatever money they were giving away for the kids. Him and his girl get into it and he deleted her. We're talking about $15,000. You just find yourself a little bit more than what y'all are accustomed to. And see what people will do to you. Doesn't matter if you say, listen, I'll even go one step further and say this. Doesn't even matter. It could be your mama. Get what I'm saying? So you guys coming on here thinking that everybody gonna be cool with you like that? No. What's going on, man? Just got here. People ask me all the time what time you should be hitting the load board to look for load. Let me say this right now. Let me say this, right? Let me just deviate a little bit, right? Let me just say this real quick. I go on the load board anywhere between 6 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, and I scan the whole entire board, right? And let's say I have to find, let's say I find me a nice load, but it's an email. I gotta send an email or I got, whatever I gotta do. Then what I'll do is I'll set up, like I get up here tomorrow morning and let's say I'm using DAT. I get up and then I start to send out emails, right? But what I do, I prepare myself because if I see a load coming out of, say, whatever state I see it coming out of that I'm trying to, go in, then I will start to shoot emails and send emails to everybody. But if it's not only emails, but if I'll get all my numbers in order where if I gotta call 3 brokers, I'll just write those number down. And then about 5 minutes, 10 minutes before 8 o'clock, then I'll just do a test call because sometime if you're calling a broker, some of those numbers are brokers' cell phone numbers. So if you're calling a broker, what they'll do, they'll answer and they'll be like, yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away from the office. You want to call me back? And then what I normally do, I say, yeah, sure, I can call you back, but I'm going to shoot you my MC number. And you can just look me up while they go in. So once they go in, I can get ahead of the game. And then that's how I prepare myself to come out most of the time when I'm using the DAT board. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the reason why some of you guys having problem finding loads, especially having problem pre-book, and I said this all the time, you guys got to stop use these $40, $50, $39.99, these low search result load board plan that you have. You get what I'm saying? Because you guys are coming out here tomorrow and you can't find no load. And I hear this a lot recently. People are saying, well, man, I can't find any load because of this or that or whatever. But at the same time, it's not that you cannot find no load. The load is there. Is the type of package you have why you cannot find any load. You get what I'm saying? And so there are results that other people are seeing that you're not seeing because they have a better search platform than you. You get what I'm saying? So for all the guys who are wondering why you can't find any load, you need to check what kind of package you have, because if you have, I'm gonna be straight up. You guys know I keep it real. If you have anything less than $100, don't even bother start searching for load. If you have anything less than 100, don't even listen. Don't even bother. Okay? If you want to make some real money, you got to get the real package. You got to get the real package. You cannot want to get the result that you want to get with the search the search package that you have. And so a lot of guys, that's why sometimes you guys having that issue. You get what I'm saying? It's very, so I heard people all the time say, well, the rate is low. Yeah, the rate is low. But people are saying there's nothing on the load board. Yeah, there's nothing on the load board because what you're using doesn't give you nothing. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't give you anything. So I just want to throw that in there for all the people who are struggling in finding load and how to come out here and prepare yourself. So for from a man in the chat, Phil, just get up tomorrow morning, run through the load board, look at the load in the area that you want to go or the area that you're interested in, and shoot emails and keep numbers where you can you can you know contact brokers by the time they open. All right, so that's what I do. I prepare my stuff. Let me see who is here, man. Look at this guy right here who doesn't want to pay child support. Let me bring this. Hey guys, I'm about to bring the richest guy. What's up, man? How you doing?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Good evening, sir. How you doing?
How you doing, Kirk? Good. Hey, first of all, I paid all my child
Do me
support.
a favor. Turn up your volume a little bit.
Let me see.
Turn it up some more. Let me make sure. Where you at, man? Where did he went? Let me drop. Let me remove. Let me let him come back in. Yeah. So I just want to make sure. I just want to let you guys. Let me do this real quick. Hit the link again and come back, cause I don't know. I don't know what you did. Your channel, your thing went blank. Yeah. So for all you guys who's coming out here, just do that tomorrow morning. All right. Danielle said when you when you put in a search, do you search for semi? Nah. I only do partial, so I only okay. I appreciate the info. Truck stop told me there'd be a delay, but the best plan it did. See, here what I find also, right? Let me address this. A lot of you guys are using truck stop and a lot of you guys are using DAT. And what you guys don't understand is these brokers are putting the same set of load and truck stop that are on DAT. You get what I'm saying? So you might be searching on DAT, and when you search on DAT and you're on truck stop, it's the same exact load you're looking at sometimes. Sometimes you guys are just the money that you're spending on DAT and truck stop might as well just get $180 plan from DAT and have a better search result than having two separate search system. What's going on, Mr. Child Support?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talk to me. What's going on?
Strange. All right, listen. First of all, I pay my child support, but I got a lot of experience with child support. And
Uh-huh.
excuse me, ladies, but 90% are witches. And this is for the guys. So the
Oh
guys might
man.
like it, the
Oh
women might
man.
hate it, but the
Uh-huh.
best advice I can give: do not keep nothing in your name. I don't even care if it's toilet paper. Do not sign for it. Use the corporation.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When you said don't keep anything in their name, see, that's not what I'm trying to say though, and I get that's what you're trying to say in a chat, and that's why you say excuse me, ladies or witches. I'm not trying to tell people not to pay child support.
Correct.
I'm not trying to tell them not paying. So the advisor telling them don't keep anything in their name is like you're telling them that not to pay it. I'm just telling them how to pay it once. There's a lot of people who don't know how to pay it and set it up once they have a backstop business. I'm
Okay,
not telling people don't pay child support.
let's put it like this, Kirk. It's very
Mm-hmm.
dangerous, in my opinion, to have a trucking company
Mm-hmm.
show all that cash flow and then like even you say pay yourself $600-700 a week.
Right.
Don't pay yourself that much on the books. Put yourself down for $100.
No. What that's where see here what the problem is with running a business, right? And everybody do it different. You gotta be realistic. You get what I'm saying?
I'm being realistic.
If I'm running a semi that is generating anywhere from 12 to $10 to $12,000 a week, I cannot put down that I'm doing all this work for $100. It's just not realistic. You get what I'm saying?
Listen, you run the business. You pay yourself what you want to
Wait.
pay yourself.
See, I get that, but see, I'm not out here trying to ditch nobody. You get what I'm saying? Because I can write off stuff over here. I know where you're going with this. You say, well, if I pay myself $100, I get this, I pay this in tax and all of that stuff. But I'm not trying to avoid anything. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, you're trying to do it the 100% open transparency policy, but wait, let me
wait. Here. Hold on. Let me put this in real quick. Here, the downside of that, where you and other people might not understand. When you try to finance, sometime get finances or grow your business, it's like somebody would come to me and says, well, I file my tax on a corporation and I write off as much as I can because I don't want to pay Uncle Sam. That's the whole reason why they do it, right? But when you go to a bank and the bank see that you make $200,000 last year, but your profit was $250, they're not going to give you $80,000 to buy a truck. You get what I'm saying? If you write off that you only make $100 a week and I'm going to get a house, that bank is going to say, you only make $100 a week. So I get the point that you're saying, but realistically, I can't do it like that. There are people.
You got to buy things with the business. But I give you an example.
Oh man, I wish I had my tax. I wish I had my tax documents. I could show you what I'm talking about. Listen, I go to do business, and if I submit documentation to my finances, right? Let me give you an example. If I'm buying my house and I want to put 20%, and my guy said, you got to show that you make at least $75,000 for the year net. That's got to be net for me to put $20,000 to buy a house without using FHA loan. You get what I'm saying? I cannot put that I make $100 a week.
Are you buying the house in your name or the business?
I'm buying the house in my name because I still got to have asset in my name. I cannot put everything in my business. I still got to own part of it in the business and part of it in my name because I got to still show history as an individual and my personal credit, even though I'm using my business to build that business credit. So my finance for my trucks and all the other accolade that I use to run and operate my business I'll finance that through my business, but I still got to buy my house and certain things under my personal name so I can also expand my personal credit. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it's different levels here. You're talking about guys that want to build their credit. I have credit. I have business credit. I have personal credit. I have more than one corporation. You use the trucking corporation and you loan money to the other corporation and buy your homes and your properties.
Exactly. Like when I was like, see, now you're coming around to my point. Because when I was buying my semi, perfect example, when I was buying my semi, the money that I used for the trailer and the deposit for the money that I used for the trailer and the money that I used for the deposit for the truck, I take that out of my personal money and loan that to the business and write a contract for that. So I get the whole point that where you're coming at. But I think most of what you're trying to say is avoiding not to pay for stuff or not to do this. That's not what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not saying to avoid. I'm saying to avoid paying too much.
But you can still do it that way and don't pay a lot. You can still do it that way and don't pay a lot.
And listen, of course, this is for guys that have their life and their finances in control. I have two exes, okay? They don't own crap.
So you might have a reason for not showing. You might have a valid reason for not let stuff showing up under your name or protect yourself in that way, right? But
Yeah, not so much
but
anymore. My one kid is 25 now, and the other one's 11, so there's not much left. But the the
right.
po- the, the point is for their future.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a good dad, forget about the time being. You need to leave your kids something. And if the witches don't do what they're supposed to do, one of the parents has to make sure they have something when you kick the bucket. So if I have 5 or 6 homes, I got money hidden all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
We know where it's going to go. I have
Okay.
it set up so it's going to be divvied up the way it's supposed to go, and the two
Mm-hmm.
witches won't get nothing. Maybe $1. I'll leave them $1.
Okay, hold on. I get what you're saying, and I'm not trying to take what you're saying away from you. But here's the
Mhm.
thing, though. Here's the downside of that also that you and me want to talk about. What if somebody sues the business?
Don't leave it all in the business. You
But
have to
th-
have
but you just say take everything and put it in the business. You
another
just said that.
business. You need another business. Do not leave it
No,
in the.
man. Here we
Listen,
go. Listen, man. Listen,
time
listen,
out.
listen,
Time
listen.
out,
It's
Kirk.
wait, wait,
Time out,
wait.
Kirk.
I'm hearing you. All right, go
You
ahead.
can have you can have another corporation that's kind of doesn't do anything. Okay. Your trucking corporation is always active. You have a great chance to have a lawsuit from accidents or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take that money and you need to loan it to the other company. The other company needs to buy stuff and hold it for you. It's almost like the second corporation is your personal side, but you're not doing anything with the other corporation.
But when you're go under a litigation lawsuit, that party can sort all your finances and trace all your finances and come off of those
You
entity as
you
well.
you have to set up the corporation correctly.
But that's what
I'm not.
I get what you're saying, but this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to hide anything, but what I'm saying is that you're telling people to put everything in their business, but what you're not telling them is what if somebody sues the business? You can lose your same. You just said buy the house and everything. You still can lose the house and everything in under the business.
But the one business isn't connected to the other business. The same as if you have a brokerage or a carrier authority.
Okay,
You
but
have to
you're
keep them
talking,
separate.
but Alex, you're talking about you're talking about regular people. We're not talking. You're the way you're talking about these people are not set up financially the way you're talking.
I
You get what
know.
I'm
I
saying?
know.
So if
Yeah.
you the way you're trust me, I get where you're coming from. But we're talking about dude with 2, 3 trucks. You get what I'm saying? If
Well,
they
the other
got so much trucks to
well
begin
the
with.
other the other problem is a lot of these guys are buying trucks in their name. You can't put
But
anything to do with the business cannot be in your name.
but that's what I'm saying. I finance my truck under my company in my company name. I have a LLC, a EIN number. I got all of that stuff. What about the guy who's using his social security number and his name of his company because he want to be a single member LLC? And you get what
Bad
I'm saying?
news. Bad news.
But that's what I'm saying. But then
Yep.
what about the dude that also buy everything under his business name but does not protect it the way you're talking about? You get what
Well,
I'm saying?
that goes back to the education and the learning part. There's a lot of people in trucking. They're jumping into trucking. They don't know anything about business or how to do anything. And people are willing to show them and to teach them, but a lot of people don't. They don't want to listen. They want to say, "Hey, I collected 5,000 from this truck this week. This is my money. It goes in my pocket." They don't know nothing about business, nothing about
Mm-hmm.
setup. Their girlfriend tells them, "Give me 1,000 out of that 5,000 because you got a lot of money. I want to go shopping." They're going to tell
Mm-hmm.
you, "Hit the road, Jack.
Right.
Hit the road."
But the way you're talking about, these people are not financially strapped to protect themselves all the way up to that level that you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. You get
Mhm.
my point? But
Like here,
the point that I'm trying to say to you is you still can buy a truck under the LLC, still do all of that stuff, go finance your house and everything, cars, everything under that truck, and they come off of you and still sue you. Most guys don't even know how to protect themselves from a lawsuit.
a
You,
lot
the
of them don't even have
average
the right
box
They
truck
don't.
driver does not know how to protect themselves from a lawsuit. They don't know how to do it.
But a lot
So,
of them don't even have business insurance. They just want to pay the insurance on the vehicle.
but that's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? So guys will hear you say that and they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna call my tax guy or call this guy tomorrow to see how I can move all my stuff under my business name. And then they go outside and they truck hit something or hit someone building or damage someone Lamborghini. And now this guy comes off of the business and he owns your house. He put a lien on your house. He put a lien on your company. They levy your bank account. You get what I'm saying? We're talking about.
I just collected on a lien that was about 6 years old.
You know what I mean?
They wanted to refinance the building, and their lawyer was calling me wanting to make a deal. I said, "There's no deal, paid in full with the interest," because my lien was holding them up from refinancing their building. I
Right.
was patient. I put the lien and I waited, and poof.
Okay.
Check came.
Okay. Hear the deal now. You said that. How many people know how to file a business lien?
Probably
you get my
zero.
point?
Zero.
You get what I'm saying? Like we're talking about stuff where we're trying to, you know what I mean? Because again, remember how this conversation start. We're talking about people that are turning over thousands of dollars and don't even put a contract together.
It's just like earlier when you were talking about, even though it's your wife, you got to have a contract. Hey, I agree with you 100%. So when it comes to kids, there's got to be stuff in play too for business.
Well, okay. So let's look at Tory Burch. Let's use her as an example, right? She owns
Who's that? I don't even know Tory Burch.
She's a celebrity that owns a clothing line and she sells shoes and bags and all that stuff, right? But let's use her. I'm not sure if she's married or whatever. But let's say her clothing line, right? Her clothing line, even if she's married to her husband, she still have that business separate from her relationship. Like a lot of these rappers, they have their own business. A lot of these movie stars, they got makeup line, clothing line. This has nothing to do with their husband. Well, but when we come, hold on. But when we come in the black community, everybody want to personalize everything. That's my girl, man. I couldn't do that to her. That's this, and not realizing the bigger picture that it's not about the person, so to speak, is about the fact that you're running a business. You get what I'm saying? Because here's the thing with this. It's your wife, but if the IRS come off of you and audit you, she gonna support you. She gonna do all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, if the IRS comes off of you, they're not gonna come off of you and your wife. They're gonna come off of you.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to tell people, like, it's crazy.
A lot's going to depend on your state and your laws too, and it also depends if you're married, because whatever you acquired while you're married in certain states too, no matter what, they're still going to be entitled.
They're still going to be entitled, which is correct. But you also can use you see how you just said a while ago, you can protect yourself from the business, from a business point of view, where you were saying moving the businesses. I can be with my wife, form a next LLC, and I can move that LLC in a certain way where even though we're married, she don't get anything from that. Correct. You get what I'm saying? It's just how you do it. But we're talking about guys who are not even on the level to put a basic contract together when exchanging $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, much less to move a business the way you're talking about. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't understand all that. We were talking about 30, 40,000 and no contract.
They're turning over $40,000 in each other cash, giving you $40,000 to go buy a box truck, and there's no contract.
Yeah, the other guy's got no skin in the game, and he wants to say he's going to do this and that, and wants half the profits, but he's not doing anything and not putting in anything.
So, you know, it's this type of madness I'm talking about. But go back to the conversation with you with the child support. I was not telling guys not to pay child support. I'm just saying how to pay it either. Yeah, how to pay it once you have a business. You get what I'm saying? Because most people don't know how to pay it. And child support seems to be one of the most damaging thing for some of these guys out here when it comes down to their finances. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, as long as you're a good person, okay, you can pay her $500 a month, or you can pay her $4,000 a month. But if she's the type of person that's blowing $4,000 a month, that's money that money doesn't grow on trees. Okay, you got to work for it. You got to build something to acquire it. If you're a
Mm-hmm.
good person, and it could go the other way too. It could be the women. All right, maybe they know how to run the finances better. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to prepare for your kid's future because sometimes the witch or the devil, either one of them, they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to do what they're supposed to do, and the kid's not going to have nothing. And that's why in life nowadays you have all these kids growing up and they don't have nothing because their parents were schmucks and they never
Mm-hmm.
did anything.
Right.
You can have this truck come in, build it, and be blowing all the money. I mean, if you're divorced and you have kids and you had a trucking company and the wife is staying home, going to work, doing what she's doing, and the guy's running the truck company and blowing all the money, he's a turd. He's a
Mm-hmm.
turd. But if he's doing something with the money, buying properties, hiding it over here, putting it underneath the pillow, whatever, then okay, I don't blame him. Don't throw the money away. I got a brother that got divorced, okay? And he had two houses with my other brother. I told the other brother, I said, put liens on the other two houses. Don't throw away the money. Not my problem. So they lost the houses completely. He got his half. The other brother got his half because it was secured, because he was
Mm-hmm.
half owner, but he didn't protect the money from the other half. The witch didn't get it either, though. And it's stupid when it's in the family. If
Why do
it's in
you
the
call
family,
women? Why do you call women witches?
I got bad experience with two of them. From now I'm gonna get a foreign one. They don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. I own my home free and
Hold
clear.
on a minute. Wait. So they didn't want to work. You own two companies.
Two corporations.
So wait. So the first wife, you married twice or just one time?
Never married.
Oh, so you got kids with both of them or just one?
One and one.
So one and one. So when you was with the first one, she was lazy back then, or?
She worked, but the problem was I was younger. I think she was like 22, maybe I was like 25, but she listened to mommy and daddy. Lost her house to foreclosure and everything.
Uh-huh. And what about
Haven't
the
seen
second one?
the second one. She's not as smart, but she's just she works, but she's not smart the way she works. She only
Mm.
lives for today. She doesn't live for the future. That one, I used to tell her when she was in the house, go get a job, do something, pay something. I don't even care if it's the electric bill. Oh, it's not my house. What do you mean it's not your house? If I leave, who's gonna live in the house?
Right.
Obviously you with my daughter. Pay I don't it's not like I charge you rent or anything. We live together, but pay something, show like some effort.
But why? But why? If she's a baby mama and she live in the house with you and you're running a business, why do you want her to work?
You have to work. Everybody's gotta work. I don't believe
But
in one
she,
sitting at home
but
doing
you, but
nothing.
you, but you the provider. Why you want her to go and
No,
work?
no, 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 no. Erase that. Erase that. Both are supposed to provide.
Oh, so wait. So she was your girlfriend, but if she was your wife, it's okay for her to stay home.
No,
So
absolutely not.
even so even if if you marry tomorrow with the corporation you own now, they still gotta find a job.
Exactly.
Oh, so
Listen,
so
Mark
so
or Kirk, listen.
yeah.
Why should one person work so hard for the family? When
Mm-hmm.
two are working and bringing in two incomes, the family can acquire more, whether it be properties, save money for the kids' college. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
you're the provider and your wife never works, and something happens, God forbid, you have a heart attack or something. She's going to be lost. She's not
Mm-hmm.
maybe not going to know how to pay the bills. She's not going to know how to go to work. She would just be like, I want to stay on the couch and collect welfare.
Mm-hmm.
So who suffers then? The kids are going to suffer.
But at the same time, if the girlfriend is working, let's say you got kids, like a lot of people will agree to this. If your girlfriend if she get a job and then she got to take the kids to babysitter or pay someone, the money that she's getting from her income is basically paying to keep that child wherever that child is at. So it's like it doesn't even make any sense to even make her work. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So technically, she's not gonna have any money anyway to pay any bill, because if she's getting $500-600 a week, why is she gonna even work to begin
you know,
with when it's, you
you
get what
know
I'm
why,
saying?
Kirk? You're looking at the new way in life. The old way in life is both could work, and the kids, if they had to, they went to another family member's house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the other problem is the family structure is broken. You can't count on family. If you got a brother or sister, you say, listen, can you watch my kid
But but
today? or
So you
tomorrow.
don't care, even if she work from home, once she bring an income, you don't mind. She got to work. That's just
Just
your
she don't
policy.
have to make $1 million just to do something. Because sometimes too,
Mm-hmm.
when the women sit at home, they're on top of your booty. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna nitpick at you, worry about what you're doing, and they're not happy with their own lives. They got to go out, they got to have friends, they got to socialize, and sometimes just by going to work, it gives them a sense of that they're doing something. It keeps their life a little bit busier. You just can't sit at home and eat bonbons.
So if you with a net, so you're new, so you're single now, so you want a new, you're looking for a new partner, right? And
Not necessarily.
that
Not
new
necessarily.
partner, well, let's say you want to get a new girl.
Okay. Okay.
She's gonna have to get a job. She's gonna have to work regardless of the income that
Yeah.
you're bringing in. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
What,
I mean,
what's your view? I mean, does your wife work?
my wife have her own business, so
The same. Okay.
she works for my company, but she has her own business that she do. But my
That's good.
wife, she don't get up and go to work, like get up 9 o'clock and go to work like some people do. But she
That's fine
does
as long as
have
she's
her
doing
own
something.
business, right? But she also runs my my business. But she is not a woman that get up and get ready to go to work 9 o'clock tomorrow. But if it but I think guys who have women that are not capable of finding a job that's gonna give the income that's gonna make sense for them to go to work. Because I know people who wife only make $450 a week. You know what I mean? So, and they got 2 kids. So if he's driving a box truck and bringing $3,000 a week, and she's only making $400 a week, why would she work just to pay for daycare to keep the kids when it doesn't even make any sense? That's just the way I was looking at it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
understand.
if she's an attorney and maybe a big time profession where she make as equal as you, then yeah, I can see the point that you're coming from. You get
The
what I'm
way, the
saying?
way years ago when women wanted the equal rights and the independence, that was they got it. I'm not saying it was bad, but
Mm-hmm.
they took from the man force.
Mm-hmm.
It could have stayed that way. They should have just been quiet and baked cookies at home. But I wouldn't want mine to sit at home and bake cookies.
Mm-hmm.
But in today's society, you need both to work, to do something. My mom worked, 2, 3 jobs. There was 5 of us. My dad always had restaurants. He told my mom, stay at home. My mom said, "You're crazy. I'm going to work." My mom retired from working at Social Security for over 30 years.
Right.
So you gotta work. You got both gotta bring in money. Both gotta have some kind of incomes. You could screw up your credit, or she could screw up her credit. When you're married too, this could cause a problem. But
Mm-hmm.
even if she brings, I don't know, 20,000 a year home, maybe 30. It's something.
Right. 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 No, I get
Just
what you're saying. I'm not against what you're saying. I'm just asking a question. I know for me, I don't have those type of issue. I'm just taking it from your your opinion. If
it's
that's
it's it's
that's
just like
your
when we go to child support. Who wins with child support? The courts. They collect 2, 3%. They're not fair. Let's be honest. They're not fair to the guys. They don't care.
uh-huh.
They just want their cut. They're a bill collector. They want their cut. Pay
Right.
or I'll be honest with you. I had one time I paid 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
I got behind a little bit. I paid 5,000. I was current on the next 2 payments. Go to court, and the judge said 30 days. I said 30 days for what? Oh, you were late. They don't give a damn if you're working or not. They
So
just
you
want their
spent
cut
30 days in jail because you were late on the child
because I
support?
was late. Yep,
So they lock you up? They actually lock you up for 30 days?
yep. Ohio's tough. Ohio does not mess around. So when
Okay.
I'm talking from a state that's rough and
So
tough.
so why so these baby mamas, you couldn't work it out with them where you don't go to child support court, or they just were mad at you?
Mine, like I said, the one I was young back then, 25. She was like 22. Sometimes they listen to the mom or the dad.
Uh-huh.
Another thing is it depends on your intellect level. You might have had a rougher upbringing. You might have been more around business. Sometimes the other partner, they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand why you do things.
Somebody in the chat asks, how late were you when you get the 30 days in jail? When you
Uh,
were
I think I was 2 months behind.
And how much was that 2 months? $5,000?
Um, well, my situation was a little different. I don't want to get into all of it. I kind of had
Mm-hmm.
some extra tacked on,
Mm-hmm.
which
Oh,
which
got
was
you.
which was removed, taken
Mm-hmm.
off. So I kind of got like a raw deal, if you want to say. I
The
even had
more I talk to people about child support, it seems to be a very complicated the way it moved through the system, it's kind of like it's very complicated.
they make it complicated. Hey, listen, I learned a lot from the first one. So when it came to the second one, there was no screwing around. The second one went to court. The judge asked me, where
Mm-hmm.
do you work? I told her I don't work. So, okay, how do you feed yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I go to my brother's restaurant. He gives me soup and a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what about spending money? I said, I cut grass. They said, well, how much do you make cutting grass? I said, $20 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And the judge said, well, she's saying you own houses and stuff. I said, I don't own them. I don't own them. And the judge said, okay, he doesn't, nothing's in his name. Boom, 150 a month. That's it. I hate to say it, but hey, business is business, and child support is a business too.
That's the point that I'm trying to say. It's a business, but the more I talk to people about it, it's just crazy the way the story keep coming
You,
out about child
you know,
support.
it's like a lot of guys, they don't sign the birth certificate because they don't want to show they're the dad. Once you sign that birth certificate, it's like a contract. Oh, we know who you are now. So that's why a lot of guys don't even sign the birth certificate. They try to avoid signing the birth certificate. I've signed right on the dotted line.
Uh-huh.
Mine is mine. All I'm saying is you work hard. I'm 50 now, I'd like to be done in another 10 years. You got to put your money to use. Save it, hide it, invest it, put put it in other corporations, and that's it. When you kick the bucket, put who's supposed to split it up and where it's supposed to go. There's guys
Right.
out here that get their paychecks. I'm not talking about even trucking, and they have no money left at the end of the week because child
Right.
support sucked all their money. So how are these guys going to be motivated to work?
Well, that's the
If
point of what I was trying to say early on. Those guys are running a box shop business, but then when they finish at the end of the month, they don't have any money because they set up their child support incorrectly. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And that's the point I was trying. Listen, I got friends that have trucking business that are paying child support, and they're paying child support, but the crazy money that people that are paying, which is that are doing like one of my buddy have a trucking company. I think he pays like $650 for his two boys. I know dude that have regular job who are paying $800 for one child. You get
Yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
it was the income. It was probably the income they showed.
No, but the guy that have a regular job is working less money than the dude with the truck.
Listen, when I
You
was
get what
younger,
I'm saying?
my first one, when I went to the child support hearing, I went with my lawyer. I couldn't go in the building because my ex cried wolf a lot. And my lawyer asked me, now remember, I'm 25 years old. The lawyer asked me, how much I say you make a year? I said, I don't know, 30, 40,000. I knew
Mm-hmm.
nothing about nothing. Came back, it was almost $600 a month. I said, damn. And
Mm-hmm.
then let's just say I went on vacation for 2 years. And they don't give a damn, they let it run. So imagine 2 years at $600 a month, and you weren't working.
So let me ask
But
you a
they but
question.
they want their money.
Let me ask you a question because how long does it take for you to be in trouble with the law in terms of paying? Because my
See,
understanding, it seems like you guys can get put on child support, but still don't pay for like 6 months to a year before y'all get
it
in trouble. Is that how it
depends
works?
on your county and state laws. And then also the other rule like in Ohio is as
Mm-hmm.
long as you pay something a month, they're not supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
able to lock you up. So if you want to give them $10, give them $10.
And they won't mess with you.
They're not supposed to, but it'll build. That arrears builds. And then if you think you're going to get away from it, when you retire, or whatever, it comes out of your Social Security. My mom had a call one time. A guy
Mm-hmm.
called and said, "Hey, listen, where's my Social Security check?" She looked him up. "Well, sir, you owe child support, 80,000. We take the money out from your Social Security. So don't let it go. You think you're going to retire and you're going to get a Social Security check? They suck the Social Security check next. Yep.
But your kids now are adult, you say, right? So you ain't got
The
to
one's
worry about.
25, the other one's 11. The one with the 11-year-old, she don't drive me crazy. The other one, let's just say she's 25 years old. I haven't seen her since she was 2. I did a settlement offer right
Mm-hmm.
after she turned 18. I gave her a lump sum to pay her off. You know what she
Okay.
asked my lawyer? What about
Mm-hmm.
college? He said, you didn't let him see his kid in, 17 years. And you want me to go ask him, what about college?
Right.
And he said, you want to take this money or not take this money? Because I'll tell you right now, he doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is in his name.
Yeah,
I just,
Daniel said that a lot of people lost their stimulus check. I remember a lot of people lose their stimulus check when they were getting child support. I
oh,
mean,
yeah,
when they were giving out the stimulus check, people lost that. So
yeah. The
yeah.
government's going to collect their money even if they're paying themselves. The government pays you, but the other hand of the government's going to collect on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said you work hard, set your stuff up right, and they can't mess with you.
So let me ask you a question because me and my wife have this type of
Here,
conversation.
Diego just said tax refund is gone. Yeah, they'll take your tax refund too.
Yeah, yeah. Um, me and my wife have this type of discussions from time to time, and she don't like it, but I still say it to her. I asked my wife if she believe that if you're married, what if you think a man should put away something to protect himself from going through divorce and not having anything so he can bounce back, and you get what I'm saying?
You, you just. I know another guy. He might be watching. He's with a girl. I think he's been with her a couple of years now. They both have very good jobs, very
Mm-hmm.
good, and they also started a trucking company.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I hope she's not listening. Nothing against you, but I told him too. I say, listen, bro, you guys are sharing the business and everything. And he explains some things that she does, and I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I believe the man should keep something on the side that the woman shouldn't know. Is it right? Why not? Because a lot of people, whether it's the woman or the guy, they're going to leave the other one high and dry. They'll try to clear them out.
That's
You
what
want to
I'm
be on.
saying. And that's my point. What if you go through a divorce, which most 90% of the time the man loses? So, we see people in Walmart sleeping, we see people at Home Depot sleeping, we're seeing people at the Love truck stop sleeping, and those people are sleeping there in their car because they went through a bad divorce that ruined their life and take everything that they have, all their possession, and put them out on the street. So I was just saying to my wife, do you think a man should have separate asset? You get what I'm saying? Because like,
And what you say?
Diego say it's cool when they do it. You get what I'm saying? But when we do it, why should we be worried about it? You get what I'm saying?
And
And I
what you
think,
say?
that's where the double stand. She said, oh, you're not supposed to do it. Of course she's gonna say you're not supposed to do it. But
Yeah, you can
I'm
make it fair. You can say, listen, I'm going to put 200K over here on the side. You put 200K on your side.
but that's the crazy part about the conversation that I have with my wife, because my wife got her own business and her own account separate from us. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying early on when I was talking about being in a relationship, having a business together, have a contract in place, and I was using the celebrity and saying that Cardi B got a clothing line, a makeup line separate from Offset. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? That protect her. That's her money. But they're married. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She have all
The,
these endorsement deal separate from her marriage with that has to benefit Offset. And that's just the point I was coming from. You get what I'm
the,
saying?
the thing is, and people don't do it nowadays, they should think of the kids. Even if you're going to get a divorce, you need to
Mm-hmm.
communicate. If she's whatever sleeping around with 10 guys, whatever, let her sleep around with 10 guys. But there should be some kind of understanding. Don't do it in front of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You need something for the kid. Call me. Let me know. You're supposed to communicate and work together, because the family and the kids, they're not going to benefit, and the government doesn't care. You're just a number. You want to get divorced? The lawyers make money. You want to fight about the kids? The court's going to get money. So you're just throwing away
Mm-hmm.
the money. And
Yeah.
nowadays, with the way everything is, every dollar they can suck from anywhere. So it doesn't make sense to fight and argue. But some you can't talk to them.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you think about people that are, they know that this, like your ex, you got two ex that you've been through child support with them, right? What do you think
Yep.
about a guy who doesn't have any kid with this woman, but knows she take her previous spouse and child support? Do you think that guy should get her pregnant?
I got a rule. I don't mess with them when they have kids. I don't. It's, to
Come
me,
on, man.
it's
You don't mess with the
no,
baby mamas?
no. This is listen. You're gonna have some kind of problems, whether it's immediate or later on in life.
So you
Whether
don't
it's
be
with the
you don't believe in being a stepdaddy?
new, no. You're gonna have some kind of problems the way I look at it. Whether it's with the baby daddy or with her, or she's gonna say this or he's gonna say that. Then when the kid gets older, the kid might say, "You're not my daddy," or this and that. And it could be a lot of. To me, it's just another headache. Why add headaches in your life?
Oh man.
You know,
Yeah. But
if
the
the,
kid, but come on, man. You gotta, so you said no woman you would give a chance?
no, I run away. If they say they got a kid, adios.
So what, but what if it's a nice woman that,
Listen, it would. I'd have to have brain damage for the day to even consider it. But 99%, it's not happening.
so the next woman you talk to, she got a free of kids, have no intention of free of kids, so that way you don't have to deal with the baby mama drama and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to take the chance of the drama. Especially, okay, listen, if you're a younger guy, maybe. When you're an
Hmm.
older guy, why do you need the headache?
But what if it,
I don't think most older guys want to get involved with the woman that has a kid and have to deal with all those headaches. And
right?
sometimes those women, not all ladies, don't get mad, but some, they're looking for the other baby daddy to bring in another paycheck. So the one
Hmm.
that collecting child support, now the other one's bringing in another paycheck, and she's still sitting on the couch. She sat on the couch with the first guy, now she's going to sit on the couch with the second guy.
But what if it's a woman that is not culture related? What is a woman that is very successful that have her, her stuff together, that but
I,
she just come to have a child?
that what I would consider based on their occupation.
Okay, so you would give a woman a chance based, because what if it's a woman that have a corporation just like you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, she's got some history and she's working, and maybe just something bad happened in a marriage or
Mm-hmm.
something. I consider,
Mm-hmm.
but I would think maybe I'm looking towards the younger guy side. The younger guys don't care; they jump around and she got two kids, or this one's got one kid, and she works at McDonald's. You're asking for a headache. If she's a nurse or something, been a nurse for like 12 years or something, maybe she had a bad marriage and she has a kid. Yeah, but even
Yeah.
then, I think I would have to limit it to one kid. Two, three, four. It's not happening.
So you heard this, I said this before in the channel, right? I said that there are guys who have a box shop business and they will date a woman with two, three kids, take care of her, and then their trucking business run down in the ground. You heard me say that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've said that before. And I have a lady who emailed me and said that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, and blah blah blah, and this whole entire thing about not every man that dates a woman, but the point that I'm trying to say in that conversation is, this is just me now. I believe that if you are a man that's starting a business, that especially a new business, that you have to prepare yourself for all the ups and downs, the all the crisis that's gonna come with keeping that new business afloat. Even and you're single or you're dating, I don't think you should be dating women that has kids, especially by dudes that are worse than you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much saying the same thing you're saying, but I know guys who date these women that has two, three kids. Their boyfriend is a Pookie and a Ray Ray. They don't have nothing going for them. You over here, you're trying to start your box shop business. You have a check engine light on your truck. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And you cannot afford to fix that check engine light because you over here, because of some sexual favor, you get what I'm saying? You
Yeah, and
now subjecting yourself to date some girl with two, 3 kids because, and then your business is not being flourished. So I look at it the kind of the same way, but because I'm trying to tell guys to focus more on getting your business up and running rather than focusing on trying to be with a woman that has that type of stuff going on. You get what I'm
listen,
saying?
this business takes a lot of work, and anyone who thinks it
Exactly.
doesn't take it's very similar to restaurants. Restaurants, a lot of people get involved in restaurants. They think they're going to
Mm-hmm.
open it up and just go collect money from the cash register.
Mm-hmm.
In my family, we would work morning to night, 5, 6 in the morning. We wouldn't leave that restaurant until 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
If the cook didn't show up or the dishwasher didn't show up, no problem. We changed our
Mm-hmm.
apron and we were washing dishes, cooking, whatever. It's your business. If you're not going to take care of your business, you're not going to work your business. And then you have these outside distractions or 2 or 3 kids that aren't even yours. And hey, I need milk for the kids. Hey, can you take my daughter over here to ballet practice? Well, they weren't even your kids to begin with. Now you have these businesses and you have to take from your business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your choice. If you want to play that route, go that route. But if you want to be a good business person, this is my personal belief.
Mm-hmm.
Either you have to be established with your family beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
or you have to establish that business and worry about the family after.
Well, one other thing, well, check this out. One other thing that I listen Mark the mentor talk about and he said this, we talk about this a lot of time. Shout out to Mark the mentor. But he said that he's in his 40s and doesn't have any kids, right? And he said that I was focusing more on growing and building my career versus trying to get kids. His primary focus was not trying to knock up some girl. He was out
Yeah.
there just trying to his first van. He gave his story about having his van and he was running and he used to drive a truck around with advertisement and all that. So that's the point where I'm coming from, where you focus on growing and building your business. We started our business years ago, me and my wife, and my son is 5 years old and my daughter is 7. You get what I'm saying? So we're
Uh-huh.
talking about 2016, at the height of when everything started to look promising for me and my wife. That's when we started to have kids. But at the same time, I never focused on trying to build a business and trying to get kids at the same time, because I knew financially that wasn't where I was at the time, and where I was going. I was trying to prepare myself. Like you said early on, it's all about the kids, getting the kids what they want once you have them coming out and doing the stuff that you want them to do, versus some guy just knocking up different girls on one hand, but on the other hand trying to grow a business at the same time. And I think that
But
that's where a lot of people lost.
but from what I get from you talking, I think you have a stronger wife.
Oh yeah, yeah. My
Yeah.
wife. So Phil said something earlier, and I had to comment on. But one other thing that um when we talk about this whole girlfriend and boyfriend and wife stuff, one of the things that a lot of guys don't understand also is, when you have a woman and you mixing that woman to grow in the business with you, you have to now curve that woman, not only her mindset, but her physical attribute. You got to get her in the same physical attribute, mindset, spending habit, temperament, kind, humble. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like we see in time and time again, guys will get $30,000 from the US government in pandemic money, and their wife is the one that takes them all over the place. Both of them go along and blow that money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, 4 or 5 months later, you broke, the wife broke, and the baby broke because y'all didn't have any structure. You get what I'm saying? And so these are the things that I talk about when you're coming in out here to even have a relationship with a woman and a man. They gotta be on the same level, or at least going to be on the same level with you in the purpose and where you're trying to go. Because it's not just like you said, business is a financial, investment. And if your wife main purpose, like, you got guys who will run the truck and make $30,000 a week, and his wife just stay home and just shop.
Yeah, that's
Just
crazy.
shop. She
If
got
your
three
wife is doing
vacation.
that, guys,
Listen, she
evict her.
got 3 vacation already lined up for summer. 3 of them already lined up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is why I said all the time, the things that I can afford to do, I don't do it. Me and my wife don't do it. And we see people time and time again do it. And the things that I can afford to do, I don't do it. But the things that they cannot afford to do, they do it. It's just it's a crazy cycle. You get what I'm saying?
You got to concentrate on the business, and I think a lot of people they let family and friends
Mm-hmm.
influence and cause problems. You
Right.
know, a lot of younger guys too. They're gonna listen to their friends. Well, let's go out. Let's go do this. You know, even that younger kid you had on the other day. You know, I hope he's still doing good. But even him, he's at a point in his life where friends could influence him, and he could falter. He could fall down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your friends want to go out and party and have a good time. Let them stay at home with your old lady. You know,
Mm-hmm.
go to dinner with your old lady. I mean, that's why you're supposed to be with her anyways.
Mm-hmm.
If you want her just to stay in the house and do laundry, then just go get a maid. Why do you need a girlfriend?
Right.
You know, probably cheaper
Yeah,
anyways.
exactly. Well, we're gonna get you a girl, man, and we're gonna put it out on the internet. If there's any woman that have kids that is looking for a rich old man like you.
Oh man, I'm poor. I got holes in my socks. That's another thing you got to do. You know, you gotta do like the Jewish people do.
Hey, but
Holes
you
in the
reach, but
socks.
you reach a point in your life now where you should be. What you got, like a Corvette? What kind of car you got? You got one of them old man car, like you got an old Cadillac or what?
No, no,
What?
no, no. Only work trucks. Cars don't make money.
No, but you must have something that
Nope,
when you relax and chill.
nope. Work trucks.
Well, when you find that woman, she's gonna make you get one of them convertible.
Never, never
You
happen.
know.
I won't fit. I'm 6'1", like 280. It ain't happening.
Well, you get
I
an
like,
SUV,
I like to spread out in the vehicle. You know, have room.
so you get one of them Cadillac truck.
I'll get a bicycle first.
You
I'm
know what I
gonna get a
mean?
Harley next.
Yeah, but
Harley.
you got when a nice woman come and rub your back and whisper in your ears, you go to the dealer and get you a nice Cadillac, cause you're gonna show her off.
No, no, no.
Especially if she in her 20s and real attractive,
Hey, listen. They
you
got
know,
massage parlors to take care of that,
you
and then
know.
get back to work. You guys get an itch? Go to the massage parlor.
Yeah, but you,
Then
but
get
you,
back to work.
but we're talking about you retiring with a nice little baby in your home. You know what I mean?
If I retire, it's going to be overseas, hopefully somewhere where my money will spread farther.
So, oh
Maybe
yeah, you keep saying overseas. Somebody in the chat early on said passport bros. Are you when you said what country are you talking about?
I think so far I'm kind of locked on either Polish, Hungarian, or Filipino.
Filipino, and you bringing
Philip,
them back to America?
I
Are,
don't know about that
are
because
you gonna bring?
sometimes when you bring them back, they get ruined. Better to go stay in the village with them.
Oh, so you wanna go overseas and live with that woman?
Yeah. What's there to do over here? This country's a disaster now. This is seriously a disaster.
Right.
Our money goes a lot farther overseas.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Americans overseas. They're all leaving from here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got
Yeah.
a ton of them in Jamaica too. I don't even know why you guys came here.
Well, yeah, you got a lot of people in Jamaica, but
Yeah.
see, me and my wife, we came. We came in business. Business is what brought us to America. We never just we didn't
Yeah,
come
I know. I
because
know.
we just come. We come because of business. You know what I mean?
That's why
So it's
everyone
different.
comes.
Yeah. So, but you gonna find you a nice lady, man. And once you get, once you get that girl, even in the Philippines, you're gonna get you a nice Cadillac. I know that. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, 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 no. No Cadillac.
You only saying that no, man. You know what I mean? But
No.
yeah, but I'm gonna talk about the child support and talk about guys how they should set it up so they can not
The
have the.
best thing, you're in trucking, not you, not so much me.
Mm-hmm.
All the new guys, especially young guys, work like a machine, morning to night. Don't even come home. Save all your money.
Mm-hmm.
Buy whatever you need. So when you get older, you can relax.
Right.
You're worried about the women. And trust me, 50 and over, if you got a pocket full of money, you can get whatever you want. They come to you. You don't need to go look for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right or wrong. They come look for you.
Yeah, well, I tell the guys all the time, but you got some people that are emotionally attached to their girlfriend or their boy, not boyfriend, but their girlfriend that are
Let,
emotionally attached where they can't leave their woman. So,
let me throw this out there too. I was down in Miami. You always talking
uh-huh.
about Miami. I
Yeah.
was down in Miami. Now I'm an older guy. How old are you, Kirk?
Me, I'm 42.
Yeah, you're a young guy. Anyways, I was in
Yeah.
Miami
Mm-hmm.
making a drop. I seen a Cuban lady. Nice dress, nice
Mm-hmm.
jewelry, hair, light makeup, great
Per-
perfume,
perfect,
very
right?
very well mannered. I said, man, we're I'm in a foreign country, I think, because the women nowadays they have nothing. They're wearing
Uh-huh.
slippers and pajama pants.
Right.
This is supposed to be interesting. I mean, at least in the '80s, the girls were wearing mini skirts and fluffed their hair up. But nowadays, the girls they don't even care to
They're
look
wearing
good.
leggings.
Yeah, leggings and slippers, Crocs. This
Right.
is this is not a woman to me. You know, I mean, the guy you got the guys dressing in skirts and the girls are wearing leggings. This is what's going on nowadays.
Right. So that woman
You know,
that you see, the Cuban lady, what happened? What happened to her?
oh, she was married. I don't play that game either. You know, the husband was
But,
there. I
but,
I, I even told him. I said, you have a nice, very nice wife here in
but that's
Cuba.
what I'm saying. What if she was single and you and her could, tag team?
Well,
See, she would
I
have taken to the dealer and buy you the
but,
Cadillacs.
but listen, Cuban, I won't mess with them. I heard about them Cuban women that cut your throat at nighttime, even if they think you were cheating. Jamaican women too,
Oh
I heard. They cut your
man.
throat at night. They think you're doing anything wrong. That's it. You got
Right,
problems.
right.
Puerto Rican women the same. Italian women, Greek women, Arabic women. Those are the tougher women. Hungarian and Polish, Filipino, they're a little bit more mellow. You know.
Okay.
You
Well,
got to
we're gonna
study it.
find
Women,
it.
women are different than men for sure.
So we're gonna find you a Filipino. There's a lot of girls. There's a lot of They got internet. They got the internet bride where you can get internet women off the internet. You know what I mean?
Well, you know another thing about the Asians, they're very good for trucking. They're very good in math.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want one of those, I think it'll be a bonus in trucking. They're very good in math. I got an uncle. It's Greek. His wife is Korean. Sharp
Mm-hmm.
when it came to math, and she always hid the money on the side for later on in life.
Mm.
She see those $100 bills, she plucks them and hides them.
Right, right, right.
She didn't spend them. She was hiding them for later because he liked to gamble a little
Got you.
bit.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Well,
You guys keep talking about all this box truck and trucking and stuff, man. My head is spinning around.
mm-hmm.
You, what I see on your guys' side is nothing compared to the vans. The
Mm-hmm.
vans is out of control. These guys are dropping. A lot of them are dropping vans now. They can't pay their vans anymore.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
They don't.
A
Nobody
lot, a
wants
lot
to
of people
listen.
turn. A lot of people turn their truck back in too because they can't afford
Yeah.
to keep it, and a lot of people shut their MC number down because they were in the rental truck. So it's just a lot of different things going on.
I don't know if you know or not. On Reddit, there's a lot of brokers are on Reddit talking about carriers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pushing back now. These dispatch companies and all this stuff, and carriers acting like dispatch companies. We got a
Mm-hmm.
carrier that shows two vehicles, but they're dispatching 100 of them. And we
Exactly.
and we sent out a memo to a bunch of brokers. Some weren't even aware because A lot of people talk about brokers. Just
Mm-hmm.
erase that word. Just change it to agents from now on. You never half the time you never see the brokers. It's all their
Mm-hmm.
agents. But these agents are a bunch of young guys, and a lot of them don't know what's going on. They
Mm-hmm.
just care how much. I dropped a load the other day. I'm not going to say the company. The guy saw my name on the side of my van. He said, "What company is this?" I said, "It's my company." He says, "Oh, I have a lot of loads all the time." And he told me the van loads. He gets van loads for $82 a mile. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
lots. He says he had a company. They gave him the load for $20 or $30. But then they made a mistake and they sent something back to him where it showed they were paying the driver 70 cents. And he asked me, "Is this going on?" I said, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some bad players, but I know a lot of carriers too. They're going after these shippers. The shippers are approaching carriers now. I've had in the past 2 weeks, 3 of them approach me. But when I
Yeah,
show
because
up,
and that's
I
why I said a long time ago, always prepare your get your business card and always be ready when shippers talk to you at their shipping and receiving dock, because that's how I get a lot of my my customer is through picking up or delivering, because a lot of them really don't want to deal with the brokers. You know what I mean?
but you got to be careful. A lot of these guys are soliciting these shippers on the load, and that shipper sometimes knows that broker, and they're going back and telling them, "Go
Well,
back another day or something, or
I'm not
next week."
saying no, I'm not saying you supposed to approach them. I'm saying when they approach you, have your business card, have everything ready, because
I
they're
know,
not
but
gonna approach you, and then
even
go.
even that's a little funny sometimes. I prefer they give me their information because when you give your
Mm-hmm.
stuff, it can get back to the broker. They'll say, "Look, you even gave them your card." If the shipper gives me their stuff, it's a different story. I'll say, "Hey, yeah, I talked to him. He gave me his stuff. I didn't give him anything."
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. It's a fine line, and it's crazy a little bit too because even these brokers a lot of time they have the same customers. When you see a load even posted, it might be 5 brokers are on it.
Yeah.
They have a lot of the same. And then you'll have the one I
Mm-hmm.
actually took. It was their load 100%. Actually, I picked it up, and one of their vans was there. I was trans. It was a cross dock, and I was switching over to their van because that guy was going to take it over to the Canadian border.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that broker knows me too. I don't mess around.
You don't you don't go to Canada?
Nah, for what?
Maybe that's where you need to go get you a girl, man.
Canada. Let me tell you a little story on Canada. When my brother was getting married years ago, if
Yeah.
you remember, you probably weren't even here then, because it's probably 15 years easy. We were in Canada for a bachelor party. We were literally in the bar. The bartender was pouring the shots. I
Mm-hmm.
was drinking them. I went to light my cigarette. It's when they first started the no smoking. I had 5 bouncers surround me. Told me,
Mm-hmm.
"Put out the cigarette." I said, "Well, okay, hold on a second." One pushed me. I put the cigarette out on the bar. I said, "Somebody's going down now. There's 5 of you, but somebody's going to the hospital." And the police guy came. He said, "Listen, I saw everything. Just relax. You and me, we go outside and smoke." Canada has way too many rules. Canada, a
Mm.
lot of Canadians don't even like Americans.
Right.
They don't. They're just that's a special country. You see what they did with the trucking? Their dictator shut them down right away.
Mm-hmm.
So Canada, nah. I'm not saying I wouldn't go up to Canada. I like Canada to see some things, but if you want to go anywhere, go to Europe.
Right.
Europe is a place. Go to Greece. Everybody goes to Greece.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna let you go, man. It was nice you dropping in and coming clear, stuff up and drop your opinion. We're
Yeah,
gonna
you
go
know me. I
through.
always come rough. Mark says I
We
come too rough,
we
but
we gonna you call the wife wicked. We go find you a Filipino or a Thailand girl. You know what I
listen, I
mean?
just come from rougher background, Kirk. My dad was Greek, mom's Italian, Sicilian, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's in my DNA.
And why you guys have so much mob connection? Why you guys, why you guys, what's up with the mob connection with you guys over there in Europe? Is it
That's
a
not.
part? Is that a part of your DNA?
That's listen. I'll tell you another little story. Maybe 15 years ago, my mom said she was going to New York. I said, "What are you going to New York for?" She said, "I got to go see my Cousins. I said,
Yeah.
well, if they're your cousins or our uncles or aunts. She said,
Mm-hmm.
you'll never meet those people.
Right.
So whether we got some or not, I don't know. If I do, get a hold of me. I'm good at driving. I wouldn't
Well,
mind
you
driving around.
okay.
Listen, the mob days were the best days. The money was flowing too.
Right.
The money was flowing. Why they messed with the unions, messed with the mob? The money was good. Let's face it. The money. It
But
was a different country.
most of the mob, especially the ones up in New York, they're the one that control the construction up to today.
Yeah, but nowadays most of the mob, the Italians usually sit in the back. It's the Albanians and the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the mob up there, like the Italians now, you're not going to see them do anything. They use the Albanians.
But they're still in
Albanians
the
and Russians.
construction now. They're into the construction. The mob are more legit. The business are more legalized now versus
Yeah,
back
they
then.
yeah they legitimize themselves over the years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a good drug dealer. If he's smart, he invests his money for later on in life.
Right.
So even trucking, you can look at trucking. If you invest your money, you might be in trucking one day. The next day, you might have 50 properties.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can always move around, do other things, but I would say do it legal. It ain't,
Yeah. Always do it legal. Yeah. That's why I told people always do it legal. But
like I don't know if you ever seen the MC number with the guy. It says two dope boys trucking. Have you ever seen that?
no.
I don't know why you would want to name your trucking company Two Dope Boys Trucking. You just probably cut yourself off from 50% of the brokers.
Too
The
dope.
best one to close out on, you'll have to look it up. There's a guy, and I'd love to have that MC. It's called Child Support something. His truck company is called Child Support.
Right.
The best MC. I'd like to get a hold of that guy and ask him if I can get that MC.
Child support.
So, yeah, you'll have to look it up. Look it up underneath Safer. I seen it one time.
Man, you really got a thing with this child support people, boy.
They're all crooks, man.
I'm gonna bring it back when I'm gonna talk about the child support. I'm gonna do a live and I'm gonna talk about child support because I see I see a lot of people now doing review on child support. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm gonna talk about it because a lot of people they're yeah
You
they
gotta
got this child support thing crazy.
just like trucking, educate yourself in trucking to know how to run the business. Educate yourself in everything, even some laws, even child support. I filed my
Mm-hmm.
own motions in juvenile court a lot of times. I had the
Mm-hmm.
one time the clerk lady told me, said, "This is the best motion we've ever seen, better than the lawyers." You
Mm-hmm.
know, I got a magistrate reprimanded because they gave something to my ex's party. I asked for a psych evaluation and all that. I knew the steps in Ohio
Mm-hmm.
for the child support and all that. They released it to her side. I said I need a copy, and they said you can't have a copy. I said no. It's even though it's medical. Once you release it to the other party, I have a right to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I said make me a copy. Oh, we don't do that here. I said we're done here. And I walked out. I went over to the main building. I got a hold of the chief magistrate. He said, "You're 100% right. Go over there and your copy will be over there." So a lot of guys, I'm not saying it's easy. It's a long road, a big battle. But if you get involved with juvenile court and child support and all that, you got to make a decision. Either you're going to dig in and fight. It's going to take up a lot of your time. And if you start messing with the lawyers, it costs you a lot of money if you don't know how to do a lot of stuff. So
Right.
the best is, and I hope the ladies are listening too, whether you want to be with the guy or not, just communicate. Make it best for both of you and for the kid.
But the lady said some of the guys are hard to deal with.
I agree. I'm not saying it's all the women. I'm saying
And
the
some of
guys
the
too.
women are saying that they're willing to work with a man outside of child support, but then the man don't keep his side. Like he said, I'll give you $100 every week, but then when the time comes around, he makes up a bunch of different excuses.
A lot
And
of
so,
factors. A lot of factors come into play too. A lot of the younger guys, it's going to be hard to deal with them. They want to play around. They don't have good jobs. They don't want to do anything.
yeah,
So it's a you could talk about this subject, but a lot of factors come into play.
right,
That's the crazy part about it. But the thing is, the kid is the one who's going to suffer, and that's why we always have this generation after generation of poor kids, and they can't move up, they can't do anything because the parents
Mm-hmm.
either didn't do what they were supposed to do, or they didn't put stuff aside. Just to
Mm-hmm.
me, even when you hear a lot about black and white, I never had an issue with it. I was in the military with black guys, Puerto Rican guys, every nationality. We always treated everyone the same, even when I was growing up. And I think a lot of society nowadays, it's all a lot of fighting and arguing and dividing everybody, whether it's color, whether it's
But
child support with the kids, whatever, politics.
but black people would say that it's different for you in the system getting through the system, even when you just said that, you went to the Madrid court. Um, you go to that person and you say, hey, there's a lot of black folks will get pushback for that, for even they either get misled. Well, you can't get that, or the system. It's just not as equal as it. When it comes down to black and white, getting information is just not the same.
I think
Um,
I think compared to the old days, I think nowadays it's a little bit more equal.
you think
And
so?
I think so, and it depends too what city and town you're from. If you're from
Then,
freaking Kansas, and if you're
but
from
it,
Kansas and you're a black guy, you might
then
have a
it's
hard
not.
time.
Then
But in
it's
Cleveland,
not. Then it's not legal. It's not equal, because if equal is gonna base on where on my demographic, then it's not equal, because if I'm in Ohio and I'm going to be treated differently versus I'm in Atlanta, then it's not equal. Equality should be across the board. Equality shouldn't subject to where you're from or where you live or where town or city. You get what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. But what are we going to do? You're going to waste your whole life worrying about all these problems, or make your life the best? Because us as Americans, even in this country, we do a lot better than a lot of foreign countries.
Mm-hmm.
I think like a black man in this country has a lot better chance here than a lot of places overseas. So you have
No,
to.
a lot of black men. No, a lot of black men got a lot of better chance overseas than in America. To be honest with
So,
you, it's
well,
reversed, because
I'm talking about like the rights and the
even
responsibilities
the
and
rights,
your
even listen.
opportunities.
No, I disagree with that part. Black, you go okay. Somebody in the chat earlier on said passport bros. They're talking about black men leaving the United States of America, going to other countries to start their life, just like you said early on. And a lot of those black men find that not only dealing with women is easier to deal with, but to even get themselves established is even easier. Their money go further than coming over here and dealing with the system in America. Listen, there are so many misled information that is given out to black folks about the same subject or the same topic or same information that a person would need, that is a white person or an Asian person or a Hispanic person. You get what I'm saying?
But I think
Like when I was trying to start my business years ago, you know how many run around I get? You know how many games people play with me?
hmm
You get what I'm saying? But and then do people that were the Arabic guys and the Hispanic guys, they were getting ahead of me even when I get my business put together and was moving around, they were getting ahead of me. They could walk in the office. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
And have a meeting with a manager while I'm outside sitting down waiting on that same manager to have a conversation with. So it's not, and I don't
Well,
think it's ever gonna be equal in the United States.
that
That's just how it's
that's
gonna
why
be.
it goes to who you deal with too, Kirk. Just like when you said a lot of black guys are going overseas. Well, you also have to consider though, you're an American. If you're
Mm-hmm.
an American citizen, you have American passport, and you're going overseas. A lot of those countries look at you like you're gold, whether you're black or you're white.
No, but no, but what I'm saying is that a lot of countries look at you just to look at you. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
America is the only place that stereotype people. I got people all day long judge me based on me picking up a load. You get what I'm saying? I walk into offices where women and men talk to me like I'm a piece of crap. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you gotta,
I don't get
but
offended by it because I know that's just how the way the system function. I know
but
that's how society portrays
al-
itself. You get what I'm saying?
always always look at though what state you're in. Like I went to New Jersey one
It
time.
doesn't matter what state I am because I can go to Georgia and deal with a whole Berkey. You get what I'm saying? That treat me like a piece of crap the same way in New Jersey. You get
But
what I'm saying?
in a way, though, Kirk, it's life. We can't all be the same, right? Life would be boring if we were all the same. You got to have a little bit of drama and bullshit every once in a while. When I went to New Jersey one time, I parked on the street and I had these Italian guys give me
You
a hard
start to
time,
sound
yelling.
like a hypocrite. You start to sound like a hypocrite
Well,
though,
now let me finish. You
because
know,
your wife, because your two baby mama give you drama and you're mad at them.
listen, I had the time the Italian guys were giving me a hard time up in
Oh
New Jersey,
man.
yelling at me, telling me I can't park there, and I had to yell and scream at them. And then they asked me, "Where are you from?" I
You
said, "I'm
say
from Cleveland, but I'm Italian too, and I'm not taking you guys bullshit." Oh, you
you,
okay, paisan?
you
You know,
said that you
just
like a little drama in your life sometime. Life would be and you
I
two
didn't
baby
say I
mamas,
like. I said you got to have it a little bit
but
sometimes. I
two
don't
women
like
give
it
you
though.
drama and you're mad at them. You know what I
That's
mean?
not that's not drama. That's
Look,
freaking a nightmare. That's
look, look at your girl Nick. Look at that scream. You got your girl Nick laughing.
oh, that's a girl.
You get what I'm saying? So you
I'm
got
just
it.
saying, you just whoever you, even the brokers, man. That some of them are
Mm-hmm.
they're punks. I tell them straight, they're punks. You know.
Right,
But
right.
you got good people, you got bad people, you got black people, white people, Indian people, Chinese people. You know. It
Mm-hmm.
don't matter. I told you. I think it was either you or I told Mark. I dated a Jamaican girl before one time. But I
Mm-hmm.
had to cut her loose because she used to bite like I was a
Right.
piece of meat. You know, I'm not into that violent stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's a little bit too extreme for me. But everybody's, you know,
Right.
it is what it is. Here, we got Mexicans over here. Everyone always talks about Mexicans. I like the Mexicans. I had three of them used to work for me. I wish I could have got them in trucking years ago. If I would have known about this years ago, I would have been over here. I probably would have been on the top.
Right.
You know, but Mexicans are Mexicans. They got good ones. They got bad ones.
Yeah.
You know,
But
I
well,
I
well,
I got a friend from Trinidad. I think it's next to Jamaica. I was in the Navy with. He's like a
right,
brother to me.
right, right.
And he's dark skinned, you know.
Yeah. You were in the Navy. You were in the Navy back in the days. How long you stay in the Navy and how much country
Nine,
did you travel?
91 to 98. I only
91 to 98? How many country you
yeah,
go through?
I was a CB, so I was always land. We worked with the Army and Marines a lot. I stayed over here. The only
You stayed
country
in
I went
America?
yeah, the only place I went to, even though it's part of the United States, was Puerto Rico. But I've been to Europe, but not with the Navy.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. Virginia Beach a lot, Florida, California. We were
Mm-hmm.
always working with the Marines and the Army playing games.
Okay. All right. So you are veterans.
Even when I was in the Navy, we had where were they from? We had six guys from Jamaica.
Right.
I remember they used to wear the red berets.
Right,
They
right.
came they came over and they had a special program with the Navy where we had to help train them to drive
Right.
our vehicles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we weren't allowed to damage them. We had one time the Jamaican guy got out, he forgot to put the parking brake on. And the five
Mm-hmm.
ton truck rolled down the hill and smashed into the other truck. And my
Mm-hmm.
chief said, "It's okay, guys, don't worry about it." And he told us, "Go clean it up." I said,
Right.
"Wow." He said, "Hey, this is relations with their country." I said,
Right.
"This is bullshit."
Well, when I talk about child support, I'm gonna bring you on. I'm gonna bring you on, so make sure you stay tuned.
Hey, I'm all for paying it, but like I said, some women just use it as like a tool to
A
like
weapon.
a weapon to punish the guy, and they spend the
Right.
money. I had a friend that used to work for child support.
Mm-hmm.
He used to tell me some of the cases. Now this is Cleveland, Cuyahoga. He said we had one time a brain surgeon that had to pay child support, and his child support I think at the time was 20,000 a month. This is going back
Mm-hmm.
at least 15 years ago. Tell me
Mm-hmm.
what woman needs 20,000 a month for the kid? This is, to me, it's
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. It's based on your income, but I believe the system needs to be overhauled. Like, even for the guys that say they don't want to pay child support, okay, you don't want to pay it, but you got to take this much money. It's going to go into an escrow account for when that kid is older. Then
Right.
If you don't want to pay it to put it in the woman's hands, put it in an escrow account then. And then there can't be no excuse
Right.
because that kid will get it. It'll maybe be for college or, when they're older, but
Mm-hmm.
because someone will say, hey, I'm taking the kid, I'm raising the kid. Okay, you want to
Mm-hmm.
raise the kid, but you want my money. I
Right.
can't have no input on the kid.
Right.
You know?
So what do you think about putting the house in an escrow account?
Can you
Like
do that? I
remember
don't
you
even know
were,
if you can do that.
yeah, yeah,
I
you
have
can.
I have mine in a whole other corporation, so I don't own my
Mm-hmm.
house. I own it,
Yeah.
but I don't own it.
Like I was telling I don't remember who I was talking to. I was telling someone that if you don't want to pay tax on the car, well, in Pennsylvania you don't pay tax when you buy your vehicle. So you can if you buy a car, let's say it's $5,000 on $100,000 car, five, six, almost $6,000. You just register it in the business name. Then you could then once you register it and finish paying for it, you can then turn around and give your wife as a gift, and she won't pay tax when she registered.
Yeah, you can give the car as a gift.
You know what I'm
See, I
saying?
I didn't know like till 5 years ago. I didn't know some states make you guys pay taxes every year on the car. We don't have that in Ohio. Just when you buy the car, you pay a
Well,
tax.
we don't pay tax. So in Pennsylvania, once you have a motor carrier, it's called a motor carrier number. Once you have an MC number, you don't pay taxes when you buy a vehicle.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in general. Let's not even talk about trucking. Just if you buy a car, every year you got to pay tax on it in some states. You know about that?
Not in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, probably
In
not.
in
So
Connecticut
we,
you do, but in Pennsylvania not. You know.
yeah, it's crazy every year to pay tax on something you already own.
Yeah, yeah. It goes back to what you said early on, the town and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But in Pennsylvania, you don't pay taxes in. So what? So this is what me and my wife do a lot, right? So we don't pay taxes when we purchase, like if I buy like cars or stuff like that, and then let's say we're gonna buy like furnitures for our house, right? Then what we'll do is we'll go to Delaware because Delaware doesn't charge any state tax, any sales tax. You get what I'm saying? So if we're gonna buy a
Uh huh.
couch for 3,000, if we're gonna buy a TV for 1,900, whatever we're gonna purchase, we just drive over to Delaware and purchase it and don't pay any sales tax.
Hmm.
You get what I'm
See,
saying? So
that's
yeah.
knowledge. You acquired
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, and that's what a lot of people don't do.
Mm-hmm.
You know that you can go over there and buy that stuff, and there's no tax. And
Mm-hmm.
that's in anything in life. To know
Mm-hmm.
education, it doesn't have to be from school. It can be common sense in what you learned. But
Yeah.
just that right there, you save money.
Exactly. Because we buy a couch and the couch have a $230 tax along with the price of the couch. Let's say it's over $3,000. We get to save that 250 or that three whatever two whatever. And then if I buy a TV, whatever it is, we just drive across the state line because I'm not far from Delaware. So I just
Yeah.
drive over there. When I get my truck work done, I take my truck to the dealership in Delaware versus let it go in Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
So and I do and my business in Pennsylvania, if I do let the truck work on in Pennsylvania, I use my MC number and I don't pay any tax either. So it just all depends on what you know, like you said. It's just what
That's
you
another
know.
thing. Even a lot of these guys, when they get involved in trucking, they're opening them in states where they're getting gouged like crazy
Hmm.
just for insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have a guy. He's
somebody
out of.
came to me. Somebody came to me the other day and said that I forgot who it was, and they were like, well, I started a business at my home address, but I'm gonna open a virtual address. And I'm like, what is a virtual address? You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then they try to explain to me what a virtual address is. And I'm like, look, if you open up a business, you go down and you get a UPS or a FedEx or a US postal box or a UPS box, and you have that building as your address for your business. You pay them $400 a year, and all your MC information and all that stuff go to that facility, and then your business, your home address does not use is not showing up on your business, because a lot of people are opening their business and using their home address. And so if someone look up their MC number, they can not only see where you live by Google search, but that's just you giving out your personal information. You get
But
what I'm
I'll
saying?
keep this in mind too. I would try to stay away from post office box. I know brokers that when they see PO box, they don't want to deal with it.
Not a PO box, not a PO, no, not a PO box. You're gonna rent a actual
Yeah,
mailbox, and then
UPS
you'll get the
box usually is
full
good.
address for that facility. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's gonna be, if it's 29 Main Street in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, that's what you're gonna use for your MC number, all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so, but stop using your address, because these guys can find you by just looking up your DOT number. See, Steve said that no tax on a truck in New York over 26,000 pounds. So even New York is even they give you credit for that, which is good. You know what I mean? So there's just things out there that a lot of people gotta just take up. You gotta take advantage of it. You know
You'd
what
be
I'm saying?
amazed nowadays how Google can tell you a lot. Just ask Google a question; it can usually
Mm-hmm.
answer it for you. We didn't have Google growing up when we were younger, but a lot of these people nowadays, it's a lot easier. You can just ask Google, ask Siri, you know.
Right.
But some people make it so complicated. You'll see live streams where guys are talking about stuff, and you see the same questions over and over and over. I don't know if people are just lazy or they want to hear someone tell it to them, but just open up the computer or your phone and just
Mm-hmm.
ask and look, do a little research.
I think a lot of people that jump from platform to platform and ask the same question over. Some of those people, I think, because people, we as a society, we're the way most human function is we like to dive into comfort, right? We like to dive into comfort, and so because people dive into these comfort all the time, what most people like to when they dive in comfort, what happen is people like that, they like to have guarantee. You get what I'm saying? And
Uh huh.
so a lot of times somebody to watch my question, my live, and they'll ask a question in my live, and I'll give them an answer, and then they'll go to Mark the mentor, and they'll ask Mark the same question they just asked me. Then they'll watch, you get what I'm saying, a different person. But the point, nothing is wrong with getting different people views and opinion about the subject that you're trying to get at. You get what I'm saying? The problem become is when you ask these questions, what are you using? What are you using? Once you get the answer, how are you using the answer once you get it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's just where a lot of people are. I got people who ask me, though some people I just have to answer the phone. Like dudes that I know just constantly call me asking me about the trucking business. Yo, man, you've been running the semis 3 months now. How is it good? Is it good? And I'm like, bro, you talked to me 2 months ago, and I give you the full episode, and then I'll call
Yeah.
back two more. Yo, man, is everything still good, man? I'm still trying to come in, man. And now I reach a point where I see them calling out of answer the phone no more.
Some
So,
some some people need people to hold their hands. There's a guy I was trying to get a hold of in Expedite.
mm-hmm,
He drove for a Russian company, drove their van. He last time he was out, I think 18 weeks straight.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I don't know. I think he got 30% of whatever. Now somebody made a deal with him where he took over van payments. The van is 40,000. His payment on the van is 1,100 a month. His tax, or not
mm-hmm.
his tax, his insurance on that van is $1,600 a month.
Right.
The company that he used to work for gave him a load. He posted, showed it in his video and everything. And when you figure it out, it's 78 cents he got. They booked the load, I believe, for 92 or 93 cents. And they still took out 14%. And I think even before his fuel, he got 78 cents. I tried
Right.
to reach out to the guy. He knows who I am, but he doesn't want to, like, he associates with some people that are bad in this business. They give
Right.
bad information. But if he truly thinks that he's going to survive like that, taking 78-cent-mile loads, it's not going to end well for him.
Right.
And he's getting loads from them, and then he rushed and signed up with Millhouse. If
Mm-hmm.
anyone's watching from Millhouse, you can all kick rocks because those guys are thieves. And then I think I know the third person he's using, and he's another crook. These guys do not know the costs of their vehicles and their trucks, and then they hook up with people and they wonder why they struggle and they go out of business. And a lot of guys think, I need to stay busy. Run, 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 run. Okay, money's going to account, but believe me, a lot of it's going out. You will not survive in the van business taking 78 cents a mile load,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So
Right.
people want a reassurance. They want you to hold their hand and say life is going to be good. Oh yes, the loads are
Mm-hmm.
good now. Oh, it's busy now. Everything will be good. No, you got to run your show and learn what it costs to run your stuff and who to deal with.
Right.
Sometimes I'll see a load posted. 5 guys have posted. I might only bid it with 2 of them. I know the other ones are a waste of my time. They're cheap. I won't even waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to learn who you're dealing with, but people don't. I don't know that some guys never got off mom's tit. They need mom's tit. If they got mom's tit, they feel
Mm-hmm.
better. And some guys they cannot get out from the bird nest. They're stuck. They need someone to hold them and give them the titty, and life will be good. Get,
Mm-hmm.
get, get rid of all that. You got to learn who to deal with and run your stuff. But 78 cents, I tried to reach out to the guy. He hasn't gotten back to me. So, and his videos got real quiet lately. So let's see. In 6 months' time, he might say, "Oh, this and that. The expedite is bad. You can't make no money." No, it's because you did it the wrong way. You didn't want to listen
Right.
to the right people. Even though like guys like me sound rough and I sound like a jerk, I've been doing expedite now. This is my 4th year with my MC. I don't have a problem. I'll get a load. My van
Mm-hmm.
is 2022 sitting outside. It's wiped out, vac, ready, loaded, locked and loaded. I'll leave out
Yeah.
tomorrow afternoon. I won't even get up early. I'll wait
Right.
till the afternoon to get my load.
Right. Right. Right.
But some guys, they want to work 9 to 5. There's some guys, I don't know, you'd probably just look at the box truck guys. There's guys now that keep talking about all these apps. Oh, I did 12 miles for $24. I'm not even going
Mm-hmm.
to waste my time for this.
Right.
Another guy, he drops loads. He says, "Oh, when I drop a load, I start doing some DoorDash." Well, why don't you just go
Mm-hmm.
work at McDonald's then? Because you're trying to do 2 or 3 things. It's not going to work,
Right.
you know. So
I saw a video where um um people
Zupchuck,
are.
you're right. Zupchuck is 100% right. I tried to reach out to the guy and help him, but he don't. I don't know. I like the guy. Don't get me wrong. I like the guy. I think
Mm-hmm.
he has great potential. But he talks to some guys who I'm enemies with, and even those guys have been very quiet on their videos yet. They're the guys who started all the commotion on the expedite side. They tried to
Mm-hmm.
convince guys months ago that you can make money in a van with 85 cents. I give them all the middle finger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, hey Kirk,
Who is Expedite America?
that's his channel.
Oh, Expedite America.
Yeah, young guy. He's been probably in the business maybe a year now. He works hard. He works hard. He's a nice guy,
Uh-huh.
but you can't take time. You can't take a year to figure out how this works. You will get burned. You will be homeless. You will be broke.
Right.
You have to start it right from the beginning as best you can. 1,600 a month insurance in a van. Think about that. In a van.
Yeah, that's a
He,
lot of
the,
money.
yeah, then 1,100 for the van payment. So you're at what is that now? 2,700.
Mm-hmm.
2,700. I did last week by myself. I had zero deadhead. And when I talk about zero deadhead, I mean 30 to 60 minutes to pick up a load. Okay? I still did close to 3,000 gross in a van.
Mm-hmm.
I had a load every day. Not long, not hard. I even missed Thursday. I couldn't get one Thursday. I zoomed all the way around the map, and boom, I came within 3 hours of my home. That's the only deadhead I had Friday. I drove home 3 hours.
Right.
I can
I
teach, I
feel
can
I,
show.
I I feel like some people I feel like also some people use the business as an escape. I don't really, and not everybody intention to come into business to make money. I think some people use it as an escape. Um, I think that a lot of people they use it for their own personal gain, not to say financially. It's just different
Hmm.
reasons. You know what I mean? So
And,
I think you're looking at it. I think if we look at it too, we'll we'll agree that most people running business, we're not off the same. We're not going off the same motive. It's not the same thing. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So I think that's another thing you got to look at. Not every,
Any job or business, you got to enjoy it somewhat. If you don't enjoy it, you're going to be miserable. You
yeah,
know.
but I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think not every, so not everybody's gonna start a boxer business and turn it in their passion. You get what I'm saying? Like, not a lot of people is gonna do that. Some guys, like we were talking early on, some people start a business just to get away from the girl. They just to get away from
Yeah.
their wife. They start a business just because they don't want to be in the house with their family. Their living situation. I've met people where the whole situation is just what they use the business to get away from. It's not so much of trying to make a certain type of money, every week, but it's more of just to get away. Some guys got a temper. They can't be around certain people for long, and they use the trucking company as a way to get away. You
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? So I think it's all boiled down to just everybody purpose is different. You know what I mean?
Even a lot of guys are getting on YouTube, and they'll post like, I'm picking up from here, I'm putting it in the
Mm-hmm.
van. Some show the rate con. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have like a small brain to do this, because when the
Mm-hmm.
broker sees you're flashing the rate con around,
Mm-hmm.
one, you're exposing customers.
Mm-hmm.
Two, if you're showing the rate, and then that the next person is going to say, hey, well, you gave so and so this much. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
that. They might
Right.
give you a good rate. They don't want to give the other guy a good rate. And I don't know
Right.
how this all. Brokers tell me, they said, we don't know how this all started. Everybody is showing our customers, showing our rate cons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, if it's not a good company, you really hate them, and you want to show their stuff and complain about them, yeah, I could see that. But
Mm-hmm.
just to show that doesn't make no sense. And then when people say, why can't you show me your stuff? Why do I want to show you my stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to give you my connections?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Whether you're in another state or not, you're still competition to me.
Right.
If I get a load out of Kansas, $1.50 a mile, why am I going to tell the other guy? So he can go over there, so he can water it down, especially now with the way the loads are.
Right.
No.
So
And
you wouldn't do a carrier co-signer for one of the guys, so for anybody?
any of my guys I ever run, I've been 100% transparent. I booked the load with that broker. We do an
Uh-huh.
80
Oh,
20 split.
you're talking about strangers, like guys that you don't know.
Yeah, guys you don't know. You got guys, some of these
Mm-hmm.
guys in the beginning when I started, they used to not believe some price. They go, oh, show us. No, no, no. Why would I want to show you? I
Mm-hmm.
had a guy sitting next to me right time. He's looking at paperwork and he chimed in. He said, I'm sitting right next to him. I see it. He's not bullshitting you guys. But
Mm-hmm.
some guys are so brainwashed, they especially in expedite with the vans, they believe what everyone else tells them. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of guys are getting screwed. Royal. They might as well just bend over. Because
It,
any guy that's moving a van for under $1, I'm going to tell you straight, you're an idiot. No van load is moving underneath $1. Do not
yeah.
believe when these guys are telling you 60, 70, 80 cents.
Look what
Two
look what
things.
look what Diego said. I don't cut you. Look what Diego said about what we're talking about in the
Yeah.
car. He said that he remember he used to sit down out in his driveway.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why in trucking, a lot of guys from the military and
Mm-hmm.
even that were locked up, they like this business and it fits them because
Mm-hmm.
they're used to being by themselves and they're used to traveling. If you look at it, there's a lot of felons and there's a lot of military people that are in trucking because they're used to this kind of madness. They can be on
Mm-hmm.
the road by themselves, they can travel across state lines, but you got the young guy that went to college for 2 months or whatever, or 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
he decides I'm going to get into trucking. He says, "Oh, this is not for me. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
can't sleep in the van or the truck. Oh, it's too cold outside. Oh, I
I feel like if it, okay, so let's tackle what Diego just said. I feel like if you in a relationship with someone and you reach a point where obviously he's not I'm not sure if he's married no more, but he said I remember when I used to. So I'm not sure if he's still married to the person, but I feel if you reach a point where you sit in a driveway and because of your relationship you can't go in, I think that as a man, once your peace is gone, you should just take away yourself. I don't think I should be, you know what I mean? Because and this is why I stress so much to people to get their finance together, especially men, get your finance together and structure your life in a way where you don't have to settle and have to tolerate certain things because once you have your money in order, like what me and you were saying early on, your option is greater versus you um limited to the things that you can do. And I find that a lot of guys, if your money is not up to where it's supposed to be, then you always have to subject yourself to all of these uncomfortable, unhappy, situation. Put yourself in these situationship dealing with these women that you don't have to. You have to do it because financially you don't have a choice. You get what I'm saying? Um,
you gotta ask Diego. I mean, it looks like maybe he stayed in trucking. So I want to ask
yeah.
Diego a question. Diego, did trucking help finish off your marriage? Are you happier now? Maybe you're in trucking and you don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's see how he answers.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I'm.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe he stayed on the road and he said, I don't need this headache anymore.
right, and that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, you shouldn't, as a man, you shouldn't stay in a relation. I shouldn't be buying a truck to get away from anybody. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
once mentally we out of here, I'm out of there too physically. I shouldn't be. You get what I'm saying?
Guys got to remember too, women have a lifespan. They usually live longer than us. So why do you want to shorten your lifespan with all the stress?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But a lot
it's
of
not worth.
guys is waking up now and not tolerating nonsense anyway. So a lot of guys are getting up and walking away now. Back then guys would be taking nonsense because of kids and a whole bunch of different things. But a lot of guys now is just, what I mean? They're not with the BS no more. So
Because a lot of guys didn't have independence. Trucking is a good way to have independence.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Guys, you always had the women talk about independence, independence. Guys, if they have their independence and their own money, they're
Mm-hmm.
free. They can have their control back of their own lives.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Here he
Yeah, yeah.
answered. He said
I
that was
said
the beginning of my trucking journey. I needed peace and less stress.
right.
Congratulations, brother. High five.
Yeah. So but yeah, but a lot of people are just, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people just uses it, but I you know, I no man. I'm going in.
It, I don't know about you, but like when you're at the truck stops, you try to talk to other drivers and stuff, maybe have a conversation or no?
Most of the time, to be honest with you, the way I route my truck is if I get to a truck stop, it'll be real late.
Yeah.
It be like I get to a truck stop. Sometime I get there like 8, 9 o'clock. The way I routed my truck, and if I it, most of the time when I'm at a truck stop, usually by the time I find a parking and if I'm gonna take a shower and all that stuff, usually by the time I'm done with all of that, it's like bedtime. You get what I'm saying? I'm
Uh,
not at a truck stop. I don't like I said, I never get caught at a truck stop for the weekend. You get
I
what I'm
just seen.
saying?
Yeah, I try to, if it's daytime and I see other drivers stuff. A lot of times I'll try to talk to them. I met some good people by getting out and talk to them. I had when I was in Vegas. I thought it was a foreign guy. He ended up being Indian, younger Indian guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out and we started talking. We talk every other day now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guys they don't know how to socialize. They
Right.
just look so miserable in their trucks and their vans, and I don't know why everybody's so miserable. Get out and communicate, talk a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's scared to talk to everybody or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to guys in the truck stop, like if I'm buying something or waiting or something, or but this is what I said. I don't be brokers not be putting me in situation or dispatchers where I'm at truck stop for long period of time to be seeing the whole truck cycle get changed. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't, so it's just how you run. I'm just the way I run my truck. I don't really be at
A lot,
truck stuff like that.
me personally, a lot of times at night, 2, 3, maybe 4 o'clock, I'll catch a load. I have to drive during the nighttime because usually the rates are better. That's another thing. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys are so impatient. They need that load. I need my load. I need my load. First thing in the morning. Well, you're the first in the barrel with all the other fish for the cheap loads.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys need to just learn a little bit more patience. I know it's kind
Right.
of hard sometimes because you got a lot of bills and expenses. Well, cut some of your expenses. Cut them.
Right.
Keep
Right.
your money
Right.
in your pocket, man. I don't know. Everyone just likes to blow the money as fast as it comes in. They blow it. I didn't even
Yeah.
want to buy this new iPhone 14 Pro Max, but I'm glad I did because you know what else I do that nobody does?
Uh-huh.
I TikTok live and I send a link to the brokers and they watch me live on the load. I started it last week. The one broker said, "Oh, this is cool." I did it to another one and he
You
chimed
have a
in.
TikTok channel?
Yeah, TikTok, I'm always on there. Usually I'm just driving, I'll answer question stuff, but I'm usually just jamming to my music. That's why I
Uh-huh.
like TikTok because you can play the music and you don't get hit.
Uh-huh.
But I let them know, hey, you guys want to watch ride along with your load and watch it live? Here you go. It's better than Macro Point. And they're like amazed, like, wow.
So
You
so
know,
so you have a TikTok, when you do the TikTok, what you send a link to the broker and let them watch it?
yeah, my TikTok is Axle Time Live. And I just let them know, here, I'm on your load. You can watch it. I'll be streaming for hours.
Mm.
A lot of times it's good. I had a girl the other night from California. I think it was like 1 in the morning. She chimed in and started asking questions. She woke me right up. We had a burst of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it as a positive thing when you're driving too. Have a conversation with people.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is too, back in the day, a lot of drivers, we'd have 3, 4 people on our headsets, and we'd have a conversation with 3 or 4 people while we were driving. I did one time 700 miles. Me and my buddy, he was going one place, I was going one place. We were dropping within like 5 minutes each other. We drove all night till like 7, 8 in the morning. And we were
Mm.
amazed. We said, man, we drove 700 miles and we feel good, because we kept ourselves busy.
Right.
A lot of guys get in the trucks and the vans. I mean, it's a little bit different with the trucks because you operate with the ELD, but expediters, we can run 1,000 miles straight.
Right.
And that goes back to what I said too. A lot of these guys are taking cheap loads and they're running and running and running. They're dangerous. They're playing with their lives. You need a good load, good price. You don't
Right.
want to drive 6, 7,000 miles a week. This is insane. I do 2 to 3,000 miles. That's it, and I pace
Mm-hmm.
myself. In the morning, if I'm tired, I just don't get up. I sleep.
Right.
You know, my guys see me. I have a tracking too. I have friends on my tracking. They'll say, "Oh, he's moving. We can call him now."
Yeah.
And to me personally, I always found it better when I might not look for a load till 10, 11. Earliest is 10 or 11. But I'm fresh. I woke up. I make my coffee. Dust the truck out a little bit. You got to make it comfortable. If you don't make it comfortable, you're not going to enjoy this.
Right.
Some these guys sleeping in the front seats of their vans or their trucks. This for what? The guy I know has got a 26-foot truck. He did it for like 1 month. He was spending rooms in hotels. He said, "Oh no, this is going away." And boom, he
Right.
put his sleeper in.
Yeah,
You know.
but you got what kind of truck you got? What kind of van you got? Like a 20,
Right now, I got a 2022 extended Ford Transit. I love it. It's
the
beautiful, all-wheel
dually,
drive.
the dually?
No, not dually. You don't want to use dually because the wheel wells are closer together.
Okay.
I have 54-inch in between the wheel wells.
Mm-hmm.
If you have dually, I don't know, it's smaller. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, the dually, I I went and I purchased a dually before. So I'm familiar with the dually.
Yeah, you don't want to use dually.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's good. That's good. Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
man. But a lot of these guys, they're gonna get it. Don't worry.
and another thing a lot of guys are doing, they don't realize, when you send out those certificate of insurance that the
Mm-hmm.
brokers are asking for, and
Mm-hmm.
then they think they're slick, and a month or two later they drop their insurance down
Mm-hmm.
from 1 million to 300K or something. The broker gets the notification, and then he's going to drop you like a hot potato, just put you on the blacklist.
Yeah, but most people are set up through RMIS. So once you drop it, they'll notify the broker.
Not Yeah, not all of them. On
Mm-hmm.
expedite, not all of them, but yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, if you drop it down, they're going to know.
Oh, not on
And
the expedite.
expedites, a lot of them, they all don't use that
Let me
RMIS.
ask you a question, right? What load board do you use for the expedite company?
Majority is Selectus,
Okay, so
but
you use Selectis.
but I've been around so long now. I get a lot of loads in my emails, and I have numbers I can call when I'm in certain areas to ask the guys, you got something coming up. I
Mm-hmm.
have I have a good relationship with the broker out of Erie too. A lot of times, he'll put a load up, or he'll say he's got one. I'll say that's mine. Send it over. They already know
Mm-hmm.
my price. I'm used to running so many with them. They know.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a lot of guys too now. They're getting. I seen a guy the other day. He had 30 days authority. Exactly 1 day past his 30-day authority, he got on Select This. And you know what happens to these guys? They're
Mm-hmm.
out. They're out in a month or two. And they all say the same thing. Nobody answers because we do only emails. They said nobody answers my emails. Well, the first thing is you're brand new. A lot of brokerages aren't going to deal with you 30, 60, 90. Some are at 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the expedite side, the better brokerages, they're not dealing with the new guys. They don't want the headaches anymore. When a broker
Mm-hmm.
comes to me and asks me, hey, how long is this 300-mile trip going to take you? So, what do you mean? Well, I don't know. The last guy, he needed to take a nap and he slept for 8 hours. He
Mm-hmm.
says, slept for 8 hours? Because on ours, it's usually pick and run it and drop it. But these guys want to argue with the brokers. Oh, I can't drive like that. Well, you got in the wrong business. If you can't even drive 6 to 8 hours straight, you're in the wrong business.
Right.
But they want to tell. I had a girl one time. It was a bad snowstorm in West Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and they didn't plow. They decided not to open. So I talked to the broker. He said, "Okay, tell her to be there tomorrow at 6. Somebody will be there." And I call her and I tell her. She says, "Well, tell them I'll be there at 8." So what are you talking about? She goes, "Yeah, because they probably won't be there. It probably won't be plowed again." I say, "Listen, honey, it doesn't work like that. They
Mm-hmm.
want you there at 6. Be there at 6. If they hold us up, we're going to get detention."
Right.
That's, you know, you, you, First of all, if you got everyone has to distinguish who they are in this business. Either you're the carrier, you're the agent, or you're a driver. And you got drivers that want to act like they own the business and they run the business. And they need to
Right.
erase it. You want to go get your carrier authority? Go ahead. I encourage you.
Right.
But when you don't make it because you didn't learn the right way, and I tell everybody, I spent a year on the road, but I came in knowing what I was going to do to learn as much as I could. And I knew a year I couldn't drive for nobody else because I
Mm-hmm.
saw what was going on, how much money they take and everything. But you got people that are just running and grabbing their authority, and in 1 month, hey, I'm ready for a load.
Mm-hmm.
They're in and out of the business. And then they don't know their operating costs, and that's what happens. These guys are taking 60, 70 cents.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
got to learn. You got
It's
to educate
crazy.
yourself and learn from the older guys. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know why these guys are on YouTube that don't even have their own authority, and they're giving advice, and they're talking about brokers. You're just a driver. You don't even deal with the broker. How are you complaining about the broker?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a carrier. I'll talk about the broker. I can show you emails where I let them have it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a load one time, Kirk, and
Yeah.
they held us up. They held us up. Then the guy gets loaded. Then they decide, oh, we need you to drive to this other building in the lot here. We got another pallet. And I tell the broker, hey, they said they got another pallet. Well, it fits, right? I said, yeah, it fits. Okay, we're all good. So what do you mean we're all good? I didn't agree to this. I said, okay, I'll get him. So after he gets loaded and everything, I say, hey, you owe us detention 3 hours. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, 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 40, no, it was 45 minutes. My fault. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes. You know how they don't count the 2 hours?
The 2 hours, right?
So for 45 minutes, he says, yeah, no problem. I got you. I got you an extra $20. I said, what? I wrote this big, long, if you got a minute and you talk, I'd like to pull it up for you because everybody's scared to talk back to the brokers. And believe me when I tell you, I still deal with this brokerage.
Oh yeah,
Every
I know a lot of people scared of talking back to the broker because the broker got a lot of intimidation method that they use, and they like to use hostage freight, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Um,
uh-huh.
Shout out to everybody that's in the live, man. Hit the like button when you guys come in the live. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Um, while we're having this discussion here, I'm actually trying to because I was trying to pull up something for you guys to take a look at while we're having this discussion about the box truck and talking about people going in the contract and all that stuff. um Shout out to everybody. Just hit the like button while you're coming in. We're having a discussion. um you guys who been watching the live, yeah, just hit the like button. Hit the like button. People are still buying the box truck. Congratulations on my man, Mr. Truck that bought his truck. He said he bought a truck over the weekend, so he's getting ready to become the next millionaire out of his family. I think he said him and his dad was working for FedEx. They were driving a couple of trucks, and they started to own. They purchased their own trucks now. Um, the only advice that I'll tell you is keep that same energy that you had working for a next company. Just pour it in your company. Um, FedEx want you to come 5 o'clock in the morning to come and load that truck up so you can be at your customer by 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you cannot drink a cup of tea. You got cameras, looking at you. You can't use your cell phone. Now you start your own business, so you have more freedom. So just keep the same energy, um, like when you were running, you're working with FedEx. Shout out to District Boss. Shout out to Grace Logistic.
let,
So just keep the same energy, my man. All right.
let me read you this email here, Kirk.
Yeah.
So everyone can see this is on the expedite side, how crazy this business is.
Mm-hmm.
This is last April, 9:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pickup in Jackson, Tennessee. It was a short load, $350. Peanuts. 9:35, I asked him, are they good? 11:03, they must have posted again. I said, we're still available. He finally answers back 11 o'clock, checking.
Mm-hmm.
11:05, okay. Then at 11:14, I ask him, is it a no-go? 11:16, waiting on the customer. Okay, thanks, I tell him. 12:04, he asked me now, are you still available? I said, yes, still available. 12:05, this thing started at 9:30 in the morning. Now it's noon. He says, okay, let's book it. I will send the rate sheet over. I give him
Mm-hmm.
the driver's name, the unit number, the phone number. Here's the instructions, blah, blah, blah. 12:15, I give him the rate con sign back. 12:34, because the driver was obviously a few minutes away. He's on site for pickup. He tells me thanks. I tell him at 1:16, load is not ready. They have to pull it. Okay, he says he's going to check with them. Now at 1:30, he says they telling driver within the hour. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 2:09 p.m. They are doing the paperwork. Should have you out of there soon. I said okay. 2:29. This is a junky load.
Mm-hmm.
Driver loaded. BOL times 2 pages. Cargo pick attached. 2 minutes later, I tell him, hey, they're trying to throw on another pallet. Can you carry it? If so, no problem. I said, yes, we can carry it, but we've been waiting 2 hours for this one. Another $100 would be nice since we still waiting. And he responds with a smart ass comment. That would be nice. I said, okay, now he's got me interested. I said, okay, second pallet loaded. I attached the other BOL, another cargo pick. Great, thanks. And now it's 3:26. I said, I'm going to need new RC for the detention.
Mm-hmm.
He says, here you go. I got you $20 for 45 minutes of wait time. Keep us posted on delivery, please. I said, will do. So now what I do is pay close attention. I write a big long email here addressing it to the driver. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
get a kick out of this. The guy's name
Mm-hmm.
was Colin at the time. Dear Colin, driver. I just want, and I sent this to the broker, the other agents I usually deal with in his office, and then other companies' agents in Expedite that I do work with. I
Mm-hmm.
included them. I sent it to as many people as I could. I just wanted to let you know you are doing a tremendous job. You are efficient, timely, well mannered, dedicated, strong work ethic, family man, and heck of a guy. I bid
Mm-hmm.
on this load for you at 9:30 a.m., bright and early. I was so delighted to get this load 2.5 hours later, going 155 miles, 2.5 hours travel time. I'm sorry you had to wait 2 hours to get loaded with your one pallet, 160 pounds. I'm also very sorry the order was changed to add an additional pallet with more weight. Yes, I know you had to wait an additional 45 minutes for them to get the pallet from another building and prepare more paperwork. However, keep on smiling. Let your wheels take you to unknown places. But remember to stay safe. Oh, almost forgot to tell you. You should feel special, grateful, proud, etc. that you have been awarded an extra $20 for your unnecessary wait time. I know 9:30 a.m. till hopefully dropping off at 5:45 a.m. Eastern, 4:45 local time seems long and drawn out on such a low-paying load. It will be okay. Don't be sad or discouraged. I'm here for you, and we'll push on as God watches us do our best. Finally, don't worry. This $20 is all yours with no factoring charge and no company charge. Why? You know I give you all of the TANU and detentions you receive. Plus $20 doesn't go far nowadays, but McDonald's is running 2 for $6 fish sandwich. Ride with the Ride with the wind in your ears, tunes in the cab, and last bit of sun in your eyes.
Oh
I hope
man.
you I hope you and everyone enjoys this weekend. One of the other agents from the same company responds back, you should write Hallmark cards. I respond, I grew up 20 minutes from Hallmark. He says, thanks for your help. I said, you're welcome. One of the other agents from another company I do a lot of work for, he says, you're my hero. Let me know if they respond. Another guy from another office, another company, he says, I love the passive aggressive nature of your email. It would have been so much easier for you to just send them an email like this. He's got a picture of a guy giving the middle finger saying, here's your $20, loser. Then then another lady puts, I sent this to so many people, and she's a broker. I sent this to so many people because this is one of the funniest things I've ever read. I'm tired and have a hangover. I read the whole thing like, wow, wow. I had no idea Axel was such a sap. Then the light bulb came on,
Mm-mm-mm.
you know. And then the original agent chimes in, "What is your current ETA to the delivery?" I said it was in the Hallmark, approximately 45 minutes out. Thanks. It was in the Hallmark. I said you're welcome. I
Right.
mean, but these guys, a lot of them are clowns, and you got to let them know they're clowns. But believe me, when you're straight with them, a lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to do good work, run good equipment, be on time, and they can't say nothing about you.
Right.
Nothing. And you let them, you'll be surprised. I have one, 2 years ago, I told him off too one time. And then he called me, can we talk? I said, yeah, what's up? He
Mm-hmm.
said, you do good work. You guys do good work. We want to use you. Now, when he puts a load up and I call him, hey, how much? I said, this much. It's yours. I had one from Texas going to Carolina. I said, hey, I got another guy in Michigan. Oh, I didn't post one yet. How much? I said, this much. Okay, this one's yours too. I didn't even have time to sign the first rate con. He was sending the other one. just
Right.
from telling them off because I was straight with them.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Everyone's just, you can be, I wouldn't try doing this if you're new to the game. Don't do that. But after you've been in a little bit, you can press them a little bit because you have other connections. If they want to turn you off for a month or two, Nolan Transport, NTG, you deal with them?
Yeah. Sometime.
Those are some cheap dogs, man. I used to be gold carrier with them. Then they started getting real cheap. Uh, Last month or beginning of the month, they gave me
Mm-hmm.
a load. The one agent says, "Oh man, you're good." I said, "Yeah, I know. Look in your system. It probably says don't use me." He said, "There is a mark in here from one of the other agents." He says, "But I don't even think he works with us anymore." And
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing too. A lot of these agents come and go, but they'll put their marks in the system.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
Just like when you bid low. When these guys bid low, they round your numbers together and they'll say, "Hey, we don't know how that he's asking for $2 a mile. He usually does it for $1." So you ruin
Exactly.
your MC from the beginning. You're going to ruin it forever.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
know I talk a lot.
No, it's cool, man. We're having a conversation. People,
Yeah,
but a lot of folks is just coming in business in general. They got to prepare. It's good to prepare themselves for what lies ahead. You know what I mean? So it's all
yeah.
good. It's
Well, I mean,
all
everyone
good.
wants to get their MC and stuff, but they never see the behind the scenes. What the kind of headache you got to deal
Yeah,
with.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
You got to fight for
One of the,
tons and detentions. And
yeah, one other thing, before I go that I'm gonna stress with people is just make sure that when you're doing any business in general, you 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 have a contract together, because having these verbal contract out here is not gonna protect you from, you get what I'm saying? It's not gonna protect you from whatever you're doing out here with business. And a lot of people, we gotta start practice coming and running a business like a business. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, black people have to understand in general that success is not something complicated. It's a routine. You pick up a load, you drop it off. You pick up a load, you drop it off. You do it the same thing over and over. It's just with different people, different days, different state, different things, but it's the same thing you're doing over and over. Once you get it down to a science, you can really get a lot of profit from that. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm gonna let you go, man. I know you want to go look at that Filipino website. You
actually,
know
I
what I
got
mean?
to teach my one driver's wife. I got a team drive, but I'm gonna let his wife dispatch them. It's time I outsourced a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let them self dispatch themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I train. I train. They got to include me in the emails, and I have a limit. They can't be bidding anything cheap, and I have no
Mm-hmm.
problem teaching. But you can teach
Mm-hmm.
and learn the right way, or you can learn from schmucks. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a girl, man. We're gonna get you
Yeah.
a nice. We're gonna get you. Let me show you. Let me show you what we're gonna get you before you go, so you can be prepared, because I gotta
She's gotta know how to cook too. These girls nowadays can't cook.
look on the screen. Look on the screen and just, you got a nice one right here. I know you like these type of woman. This one is good.
Nah, I'm not.
She
I'm not into brunettes really.
she look a little young.
Yeah, that's too young. That's a headache.
Oh, so what about this one?
She's got the look. She's got the look. Look at those
But this
teeth. You
one
always
look
got.
like she have an American look right here. The one,
Hey,
this one
what
right here.
what's that Eddie Murphy movie when he said you got to check their feet? You
Oh,
remember?
you
You ever
got.
seen that movie? You know a lot from the woman if she's got her feet are nice. You got to make sure they got nice feet and good teeth.
So you like their. You got one right here with her feet.
I'm not saying I'm in the feet. I'm just saying you can tell a lot by their feet. If they got like fungus growing under their toenail stuff, why are you gonna mess with her? If
Oh.
she's got two teeth missing from the front, her DNA is probably shattered. Hey, I
Yeah.
might pay some child support, Kirky, but at least my girls, they're healthy and strong. I at least breed with good DNA.
I think when it comes out to women, I think the best type of woman, I think the best type of guy you would be is a sugar daddy, man. You can't be nobody straight up girl. You can't be nobody straight up girl, man. You got too much complaint, man.
Hey, listen, when I was 38, I had one that was 24. It lasted
Look,
about one
you
month,
got
and
a
I told you,
bunch.
you gotta
You
go.
got a look. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got five. Pick from one of those, man. You got too much stuff. Hey,
Man, now
see
you're
me.
showing me group
You got
picture like I'm an Arabic guy looking for a harem.
look. You got a guy right here. This is you when you were younger.
Now, see that red dress right there is nice. That's nice.
Yeah,
That leg
yeah.
just hanging out right there.
Hey,
Man.
see, you got her feet right here.
A little honey, just bottle of honey, and that's it.
Yeah, you got her feet right here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you
Dress.
see that?
Women don't wear dresses anymore, They're dressing like George from around the corner.
Yeah. I think when it comes on to you and women, man, I think your best bet is to be a sugar daddy, man. I don't think.
Nah, 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 nah. I just told you they gotta have a job. You want me to be the sugar daddy?
Yeah, because every woman we try to give you is now I give you a nice woman, you say, oh, they gotta.
I heard the best is to go to Florida because they got sugar mamas looking to be sugar mamas.
Oh man.
I think it's better I just get a sugar mama. She don't even have to give me any money, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you, man. This guy is something else. Boomerang. Ah boy, I tell you. Just be a sugar daddy, man. Just be a sugar
No, no,
daddy.
no, no, no.
You get what you say the next type
I,
of woman
I,
are?
I think Nick's interested. You got to get her on the show. We got to check her DNA.
Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think Nick is I'm not sure if she's married. Um I'm not sure. But yeah, if you Nick is black. You never seen Nick? She was on the show last week. She's a
No,
black lady. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard the sisters are looking for white guys lately.
Who said that?
I've been hearing that a lot lately. The black guys want the white girls. The black girls want the white guys. I don't know. It's like switch.
But
Is
you
that
cannot
true?
you can't handle a black woman, man.
Man, I'm half Sicilian. We got black in us. Don't you know the history?
Man.
I'm more black than the regular white guys.
Ah man, I'm telling you. Here we have a white guy telling us that he got black in him. You told me your
Look,
mom was Italian and your dad was Sicilian.
but listen, yeah, but no, dad is Greek, mom is
That
Sicilian. But
mom okay.
Sicilians are not considered like we consider ourselves the real Italians, but Sicilians have
Mhm.
black mixed in their blood from the Moors. You didn't know that?
No man.
Yeah, you got to catch up on your history.
The history I know is every time you talk to a white guy, they always tell you they got black in them.
Uh, legitimately, I do.
You know what I
Le-
mean?
legitimately, I do.
We got to trace some photos back all the way to the 1600 to see a black foreparents. You know what I mean?
See,
You,
Nick
you
said
you
she's
grow up
single.
around black is different from, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, read the history on the Sicilians with the Moors.
Every
I, I
every
think I think the history is the Moors invaded Italy.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm gonna let you go to that date. Go to the dating website. It's called
that's not
Filipino dating.
that's
Which
not
one?
for me, Kirk.
Yeah.
I'm old fashioned. I got to run into her at a coffee shop, or her car broke down on the side of the road, or something.
Oh
You know,
man, this guy,
the
man.
stars the stars got to align right.
All right.
You're gonna go on that dating site, and they're looking for your passport and your wallet and your address, and
You got bad experience with women, man. You got really bad
yeah, I admit
experience
it.
with
Yeah,
women.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
too
think
rough. They want those nice guys, the ones they boss around, the The ones that say yes, honey, and they tell them, "Here's the poodle. Go walk the poodle
Yeah,
for
but
me."
you at that stage where that girls got to boss you around, man. You ain't got no choice right now.
No, nobody should boss nobody around.
You are like 56,
And man, 50.
50, right?
And believe me when I tell you, I can move faster than a 25-year-old.
Yeah, you can move faster, but that's not the norm. You know what I mean? You can move faster if you want to run around the block and do what you gotta do to, but yeah,
Even I smoke and still run faster than them.
you know. You should be a girl sugar daddy, man. I'm gonna do a live and bring you back, and I'm gonna solicitate some ladies and see if we can find you a nice lady, all right?
Yeah, you should just start another channel, Box Truck Dating.
Box truck baby. Box truck baby.
Yeah, Box Truck Speed Dating.
Oh, speed dating. Okay, yeah. We're gonna
Yeah,
find you a girl, man. And you say you want somebody overseas, right?
yeah, I prefer overseas. I got a height limit too, to be honest with you, Kirk.
Oh man, here this guy.
5'2" or under usually. I like them tiny. I like to,
This guy is into toes.
the, the
He
Greek side.
you,
We're
you got you
animals.
got you got too much going on, man. They
We're not
toe
like you
gotta be
guys. We're,
right.
we're not
Listen,
into
listen.
that bam bam. We make love, man. We
You
make love.
say you say the toe gotta be right. They gotta work. They got a height restriction now. Man. Let
I
me
just like them tiny. Sometimes
yeah,
when they're
sure,
too big, you got to buy an extra refrigerator just to feed them.
man. I'm telling
You
you.
know, it's an extra cost. You got to keep the cost down. Those ones that eat salads, oh, I love them.
You like you like
I
you
just want a
you just
salad.
you like messing with the woman, man. You
A
like
little bit.
you like messing with the woman. But yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna be over here wrapping it up. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming in. And what I mean, anytime you're welcome.
Yeah, when you gonna get on the road, or you stay at home now, or what? And I asked you earlier, what kind of background is that? Because it looks like you're at Granny's house.
That's how I want it to look. I
Well,
want
it's
it to
like a
look.
plain white
Listen,
sofa. Like you need some spice,
right.
some bright colors back there, or
That
something.
no. That's exactly how I want it to look. Like I'm at Granny's house, so nobody knows where I'm at. I see you say it in the comment section early, but that's exactly how I want it to look. See, I'm not coming at the hotel and show the nice side of the hotel. I'm gonna let you think I'm at grandpa house. You get what I'm
Man,
saying?
at least you should make it interesting. Put like a Bob Marley poster on the wall, man.
No.
He's a legend.
How it look is how I want it to look. That's it. You get
Oh
what I'm
man,
saying? That's exactly how I want it to look. The exact way how it is. You get what I'm saying? So
good, good.
if it looks like granny house to you, that was intended to look like granny house.
Well, next time I come on, I'm gonna dress up as a Russian.
But I'm not home. I'm in a hotel in Texas. Yeah,
You
but
sure it's a hotel, not a nursing home? That looks like nursing home furniture.
you hear what I just said? I want it to look like a nursing home. A guy like
Yeah.
me? Yeah, exactly. See, the good thing about today's date with the people out here, you gotta throw everybody off. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
everybody that watch the internet, it don't have good intention. You know what I mean? So if you see me on the internet and I look like I'm at grandpa house, it's a turn off. You get what I'm saying? For some guys, you know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Like, God damn, look at this, got a couch. Couch is not even modern. This, that, that. It's a nice couch. It's actually a pretty decent couch. But the look of it might throw off that grandpa look, and that's good for me. You get what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Because
Well,
not everybody watch your channel and watch with good intention. So I
well, I'm
like,
glad I could
you
come
know,
on and spice it up a little bit, give you a little humor. Mark,
yeah.
Mark is a little too serious sometimes. He says I can't get out of control next week. I'll get locked out. He's got a special guest.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, he told Pippi. He said if Axel gets out of control, just silence him for the rest of the show.
Mark, Mark is like a diplomat, man. I don't think Mark too serious. I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
gotta
he's
loosen. We gotta
I'm
loosen. You gotta get him a woman. We gotta loosen him up a little bit.
who, Mark?
Yeah,
Listen, man, Mark is a certified player, man. Mark don't say nothing. Mark is a certified player.
we
Yeah,
gotta get
man.
him a woman, man. He's too serious.
Mark. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell Mark that I'm gonna tell Mark he said that you need a girl, man.
Yeah.
Mark is
Hey, everyone
you
needs
know
a
what I
one
mean?
girl once in a while, you know, and have a kid. Even if you don't got the woman, you gotta at least have one kid, man.
Yeah, you know, I think he's gonna get his kid, but you know,
Oh,
like
he's got a kid. I didn't
like we
know.
were talking about child support. What if he had get a kid early on and then end up on child support? You know,
Yeah.
what if you know that's a big thing. So I'm not knocking nobody, you know, for not having a child yet. I mean, I waited, so you know, I think most of us would just wait till the time is right. We would have less costly mistake making our lives. So hey,
I just gotta find one I can make a boy with, man. I got two girls.
man, listen, man, you know,
I got. I need a
let
prodigy.
me wrap it up, man, because you are an old man talking about having a next kid, man. You know,
Man,
everybody,
Greeks, we have them till when we're 70. We
man,
operate till 70, man. It doesn't end.
this guy, man, ain't no
We
girl
got
going.
we got we got strong juice.
You think any 20-year-old girl is gonna give you anything, man? Give you a next baby? You're an old guy. Old you
Eh,
in 5 years, people be calling you grandpa, man.
I moved it up over 35 now. Under 35, it's a headache. And they gotta
Yeah.
have a driver's license.
Yeah, you're a grandpa to some of these people out here, man. They're talking about he want a next kid. Yeah,
Man,
listen,
50 is the new 21. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait till you get here.
listen, man. 50 is 50. That's it. It ain't no
Man, I'm
new
telling you,
21.
you're gonna feel rejuvenated. I'm telling
Listen,
you.
50 is 50. You can tell yourself that lie, but you're a new 21.
I'm telling you, I feel great, man. No medications, no drugs. I feel tippity top.
Look what Nick said.
What do you say?
Look what
Oopsies.
Nick. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, you're old man talking
Hey,
about you on a skid.
hey, listen. No
Yeah.
drugs, no
Mm-hmm.
diseases,
Mm-hmm.
no vaccine shot. That means this DNA is pure.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
not
think
tainted.
so? You're talking like you're some type of jewel. Some girls supposed to flap.
Yes, I
They're
should.
supposed to
I think
drop.
I should. I
They
gotta
supposed.
charge for my stuff now.
They supposed to drop on the ground and hear, oh my God, he has no vaccine, no
Yeah,
diabetes.
I'm proper breeding quality.
Yeah,
You know, it's
okay.
just like if you want a stallion, you got to breed with the stallion. You know, the horses they breed them to be the top racehorse.
Right. So
You know,
you're a top racehorse.
yes.
Oh man, you are something else, man. You got the people in the comment section cracking up though.
That's good.
But
They
yeah,
need a little
man.
laughter once in a while. They look too serious in those trucks.
Yeah.
And
But yeah,
remember,
man.
guys, pack your toothbrush. You guys
Mm-hmm.
got to preserve those teeth. We got a lot of guys out here with only one or two teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go into the shipper and you're smiling and you're looking like, you know, like you lost a few kernels of corn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, making all this money, at least go get some dentures. All right, Kirk.
Ain't nobody making a lot of money like you, man. You know you.
No, I cut my costs, my expenses, and I save my money.
Yeah.
Remember, we can all be Jewish. Save your
Mm-hmm.
money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Jewish, they work together. They keep their money with each other.
Right. Yes, sir. Well, listen, man, I'm gonna let you go. And yeah, it was nice you dropping in,
Nice
man.
talking to you.
All right.
All right.
Somebody said that today's Mark birthday. I didn't know that. He's not coming on tonight, so I didn't know that. Shout out to Mark the Mentor. Mark the Mentor hit 10,000 subscribers, by the way. So congratulations to him for hitting 10,000 subscribers. So you know what I mean. And yeah, it
Oh,
was
he did
nice.
hit the 10?
Yeah, he hit 10,000 subscribers. You know,
What's taking you so long?
me.
Yeah.
I focus on a different set of numbers. I don't focus on the YouTube numbers. If you
Hey, listen, I pumped
if,
that TikTok up. I'm gonna
if
work
you know
on.
what I mean, you know.
I'm gonna try to work on my YouTube too this week.
Hmm.
But you know how I get. I get a little out of control. I'm mellow on your show. Wait till I let loose on mine.
But that's what I'm saying. My channel is gonna take longer to reach 10,000 because I'm more radical. You know what I mean? Um, I'm more. I think so. A lot of
You're
people
you're
ask me,
you're more radical, but you self control. You calm yourself. You gotta
yeah,
let loose. Let the
but
lion out.
but not only that, but hey, okay, let me tell you this. My intention in coming YouTube um was not to create my channel to make money from YouTube, so to speak, in terms of the channel itself, but I use the channel um to make money from the channel different. So I focus more on the business side of YouTube, like my
Hmm.
mentorship, all that stuff, versus focusing on growing my channel to be 10 or 50 or whatever, because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot. It takes Mark the mentor sometimes 3 hours to put his life together to come and do it for you guys, and then he sits down another 4 or 5 hours talking to you guys. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, he had some long
I
streams. I
don't
mean, yours
have
got
that.
kind of long.
I don't have that time to pour into the YouTube side because that 7 hours that he used, I have to use that 7 hours mentoring 2, 3 guys. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we all get money from YouTube. It's just that we get it a different way.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
you see, little love goes. Look, Nick fell in love already.
yeah,
And Nick,
yeah.
I'm 50 and I still have all my original teeth and never ever had a cavity.
Oh
Top
man,
DNA.
hear
Top
this guy,
DNA.
man. Hear this guy dropping games, man.
I'm
Here this
dropping gems.
here this guy dropping games. Oh man. Uh. Uh.
What they say here? Come for the real, you Mark Box Truck couple. Yeah, you guys keep getting Box Truck couple all flustered. Who's getting them all flustered lately?
Who is
Box
that?
Truck couple. They're like on a mission lately. Seems like I don't know. Somebody's still picking on them or something.
The box truck couple?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well,
The
all right.
box truck
I'm out
couple.
of here, man. I need my coffee, man. My heart's gonna stop if I don't drink my coffee.
All right, boss. We'll talk again next time.
I'll talk to you. Peace out. And
Peace out, man.
listen.
I
Hey,
appreciate you dropping by. All right.
next time I need to see the Bob Marley poster up there.
Yes, sir.
I like Bob Marley.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
All right. All
All
right,
right.
Kirk. I'll see you.
Peace out,
Good
my
night.
man. I appreciate it.
Peace.
Okay.
Yep. Anytime.
All right. All right. Cool.
I bet.
Here we go, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Nick, and everybody that was in the live, man. Shout out my man Axel. We were here chopping it up. Shout out to everybody that was here who come and go. I know we run way over than the time that we normally wrap it up, but I'm glad I was able to stay here that long. Um, drop a lot of good information early on. Go back and watch a live, man, and remember, if you're going to start business with your business partner, make sure that you have contract put in place to protect your money. Okay. I'm going to wrap it up here, man. Shout out to everybody that comes in. Um, and you guys see me looking at the screen, but I'm kind of like monitoring something at the same time. But I want to say to everybody that come here every Sunday to watch and get information, just keep pushing. Don't give up. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, share the video. Do you have time to do a one-on-one Someone said, "Do I have time to do a one-on-one?" I always have time. Um, always have time. Just do a one-on-one. If you're talking about a consultation, mentorship, and you guys want to get mentorship, go to my website. It's right here. Book a consultation. Go to the website, book a consultation. Shoot me an email. You guys know my email. It is right here. All right. So you can email me, rednemowork@yahoo.com. And this is my website for the consultation. Go and visit. And as you guys know, man, I keep it real, keep it 100. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys. All right. Shout out to everybody that was in the live. And like I said, man, anytime you're doing business, make sure that you got your ducks all lined up, man, because you know it is, man. You know we don't play games, all right? I'm gonna wrap it up here. Peace out to everybody. I will catch you next week. Uh, thank you. Peace out. Peace out.